y'all. Those calls. Funky. Yeah, let's jack to this one, y'all. Let's forget about the fact to this one. Release the energy inside you to this one.
What up, everybody? Busy day today. Let's see how this is going. That seems to be working properly. Cheers, everybody. Okay, so busy day today. There's a lot happening. It turns out that a lot of people filed their quarterly holdings today. Some of them filed them last night too. So we got some stuff to check out on that front. We're not going to be able to get to everything today, but we can at least get started. And also, I was checking up on some stocks today. I did see some of the notable positions in the Roaring Kitty portfolio were moving quite a bit today, so we'll be able to check in on that. So let's just dive right into it. A couple of things I do know that I want to do today. I definitely want to run through all of the charts of the companies within the Roaring Kitty portfolio. We did that with the indices on Wednesday. And I want to do that for the Roaring Kitty portfolio because I haven't done it in a while, and it's important to digest that stuff, even more important than the indices. Now we're a couple streams in. I should have done that already because I need to bring myself up to speed on what the charts look like for all the positions in the sectors that I'm holding. So we'll do that today. And then we'll see what we can get to for the funds. I did see Barry filed his, and he's stealing a whole bunch of my stock picks. I see the new positions and some of the existing positions. I think, hey, those are all my positions. What's going on here? So we'll definitely dive into that one. And then I actually haven't checked much else besides that today. So all right, let's just get going. So let's start with the dashboard. And I did make some changes in the portfolio today too before we get to the dash. But and I updated the spreadsheet here, so we'll be able to see. But what we're not going to be able to see is like what actions I actually took, because we're only going to see what the current portfolio is, and I'll just have to try to remember the positions, the positions that I added or changed or whatever. I can't even remember. I wasn't documenting it, so that's something I need to be aware of. Maybe I can do do a formula that checks to see how did the portfolio change since the last time, something like that. I don't know. So anyway, I'll try to do it off the top of my head. But a couple of the items that we noted the other day, I did take action on. So let's start with the dash. So natural gas, crushing it, huh? It's kind of good. An additional benefit of these streams is you can. It's almost like a diary of sorts because I get to see how I was thinking about stuff. And natural gas has been a prominent topic over the past 2 weeks, right? It's been a longer term position, but it's kind of been popping up in the past couple weeks because it just so happened as these streams were starting that natural gas was starting to break out, right? Let's pull up that chart. And now the positions are starting to rebound again. Oh, that looks kind of big. Why is it so big? Oh, because I'm zoomed in. Let me zoom down. I was zooming in quite a bit. One more. Maybe that's the size I like. Okay. And so yeah, natural gas, another leg up today, huh? Wow, I didn't actually. I knew it had jumped today. I didn't see how much. And there was some weird thing in the news too. One of the natural gas ETFs went up like $10,000 or something. I had seen that. I don't know what the hell that was about. Some futures type, some oddity of the market. But yeah, look at this, 236, huh? Is this weekly? This is the daily chart. Natural gas looks good. And then we'll see it with the individual stocks as well. But this trade's working out pretty well. I got those options too, and but there you go. This is a 5-year weekly. Look at that. That happened quick. See what I mean? That's the thing, is that some of these trends will revert somewhat. I don't mean revert. I just mean they'll bounce back smartly. And so I'm 2 weeks. We're below 2, and this isn't not so much this wasn't a tradable opportunity per se, but I just mean things can happen quickly. So that's you kind of average in over time, position over time. and you're just kind of waiting for stuff to happen. Like it touched down at support down here. Remember the technical analysis, and then you kind of just waited a little bit. There's a combination. You hit support, wait a little bit, and now it's taken off again. Now there's fundamental events unfolding, right? I'm just saying, we're always testing the charts, blah blah blah. But now let's take a peek at some of the natural gas positions. I swear we've pulled these up every damn stream so far. So, and then you see, so now you have this is RRC, which is the biggest natural gas position, and breaking out. It looks like it's coming for 10, right? That's what it looks like to me. That's how I'm trading it accordingly. I say trading it, right? You know what I mean? Like I got the core position in the Roaring Kitty portfolio, of course, but also the options positions. And in my head, I'm kind of watching what's unfolding and try to trim and add or whatever I'm doing according to these small movements. That's what I'm trying to do. It's marginal decisions, but decisions that need to be made. And as it's going according to plan. That I expect this to keep on running for a bit. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. And this could be a multi-year trend. That's why, and it's not over. Like I mentioned, I think I just mentioned on Wednesday how I wanted to add Antero, because I thought Antero, if this trend is taking hold, that Antero would be a bigger performer even from here on out. Even though RRC I think is a little bit of a safer play on natural gas, and but even it's up 4x. And if you recall, I had timed that one properly. And ARR is already, it's at least 5, 6 bagger. But this one, same chart, right? Same thing. And it's more speculative, but I'd have to say, if this is a legitimate, and I don't want to say changing the guard, but if this trend's taken hold, I mean, it's got a lot more areas to run, not just based on the chart. I mean, I think it's got tangible book value of like $22. Yeah, I mean, how accurate is that tangible book value? Don't ask me. I don't know. All I know is that the current price of $4 is well below what tangible book is on, according to Gap price has. But even if it's half of that, right, you still got a triple. But yeah, so this could be happening, and we're just watching in real time. So that got pretty fortunate with this timing again. Like, that's what I mean. Like, you can notice when it's trading super cheaply. This is just objectively cheap, right? And then it starts trading up, and then it starts flattening out, and you start thinking, well, if this trend is going to go, then maybe add a little bit more. And it just so happens that getting real lucky on the timing of these things, huh? And then just a couple of the other ones, EQT. Same thing, right? You're going to see the same thing across all these ones. So yeah, natural gas, something to keep your eye on. And seems to be working out well. And we'll just yeah. I have nothing more to say. I know we've been talking about it pretty much every damn stream, but it was nice to see the prices jump again today. And it seems like there's probably still more room to run, even in the short term, but in the longer term too. We'll see. All right, so that was natural gas. What was gold doing today? Gold's kind of, I mean, these are the ones that I kind of want to check in on because there's been stuff happening lately. So gold's kind of just flattening out here. I kind of want it to come back down here. Like maybe a lot of people are eyeballing it, thinking the same thing. So right now I got a good enough allocation to. Oh, and I did see Buffett bought was Barrick Gold or Gold or whatever it is. That's one of the better run gold mining companies out there. And I think whenever we talked about them, you got Barrick. Is it still go by Barrick? I know they changed the ticker. Yeah, it's still Barrick Gold. Okay, but there's only so much gold out there, right? So if gold did come back in favor in a big way, I mean, the two largest producers there, Newmont and Barrick, there's going to be a lot of money chasing those two companies, and you know, I mean, the Roaring Kitty portfolio has a good amount of gold and silver allocation. I'm not too surprised Buffett took it. I mean, you're a little surprised Buffett took a position, aren't you? Or because he's at times been bearish on gold. But anyway, now people are going to be talking about this, right? Because that's a little bit meaningful for someone like the compounder Buffett to be buying, and what many people consider more speculative, and then it has no real value, blah, 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 blah. And so that should be the talk of, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of news stories going on. I don't track everything, but I track something like that because I'm like, all right, even Buffett's buying gold. I haven't even seen the rest of his portfolio yet. Maybe we'll get to that today. I hope to. But yeah, that was something. So, but yeah, so I mean, if is that bullish for gold? Probably, but he's got a long-term time horizon. But for adding to the position, I kind of want a little bit more of a pullback, or just wait for some more time. I'm pretty comfortable with where we're at right now. And then what's silver doing? Silver's been all over the damn place, huh? Down 2% today. Oh, it's a quiet day today on the market. I don't see any color, so I don't really care about anything else, really. Real quiet day, except for natural gas. Nice. That's okay with me, huh? Just natural gas wants to keep going up. That's cool. Keep it going. All right, so silver even more volatile here, but this trend is still bullish. Still in the overbought territory on the daily. Probably the weekly might even look more compelling. I don't know. And of course, there's fundamental events. So we always start with the charts just to get the conversation, just to get the chatter going. But there's fundamental events that support these bullish uptrends. And the charts are just helping with kind of guiding some of these shorter term decisions. So, all right, same thing. Silver and gold, I'd like a little bit more of a pullback. I don't know. Before I'd add. So we'll see. And what's New Gold doing? New Gold, that's kind of, I mean, Barrick's, I think we pulled up Newmont, the fundamentals on Wednesday. But Barrick right up there, those two, and those are good ways to play gold, of course. But I like some of the more speculative ones. It's just my style. And something like New Gold, much more speculative. Those two companies, much higher chance of going bankrupt, right? Blah, 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 blah. But I think it's going to go significantly higher if this is a trend's turnaround. Because, again, it's a business turnaround as well. It's like an added element of risk. On the downside, right? But on the upside, it could result in much more meaningful upside. Really, I could see it going another five. Where was it? Where was it last time? It got up over $5 in 2016. I forgot that. But I think we could get back there. I don't know. That's just one of the main ways I'm playing. CDE on the silver side. And Pan American is a great way to play the silver trade too. One of the best, is it one of the best ways? There's two or three big ones out there that are the more solid plays. But yeah, now I'm just watching those two, not really doing much. I'll add on any pullbacks though, just because I think that too might be a longer multi-year trend that I'm watching. So we'll see. But anything else going on today? Good. This is good. We don't have to spend too much time looking at macro charts. Oh, there we go. So Sibanye Stillwater. So palladium, platinum, as you know, one of my top plays on the on those types of metals. They have the largest palladium, the largest number of reserves, or they're the ones who owns the palladium reserves in America, in the U.S. So I'm kind of surprised. I'm always surprised more people don't talk about this one. It's because the gold mines are, I believe, South African. I believe that's where their gold mines are, and Sibanye Gold used to be the name of the company. And so it's often, I don't even know how it's classified sector and industry wise, but it used to be a gold miner, right? And then when I noticed the palladium, I don't know, they got a lot of palladium exposure. So if we pulled up the palladium just real quickly, it's kind of just bumbling around. Looks kind of interesting, huh? Relative to gold and silver, maybe. Gold's breaking through to all-time highs, right? I know people like to adjust for inflation and say, this isn't all-time highs. Sure, that's one way, but I'm just saying, price unadjusted, not new all-time highs here. So this one kind of looks more interesting. I didn't add to Sibanye, but it's one of the top positions in the portfolio, right? Let me pull it up. Wow, is the only one that was over 10% on the risk column? Oh, and blockchain was up. Oh, yeah, we'll check it on Bitcoin, too. Let me just check. Where is it? Oh, it's a little bit down. It's almost 1%. That's not bad. I still think it could keep running, too. That's part of... Look, it's classified as gold, at least in the spreadsheet here. So, yeah, just another way. Look, I didn't update the name. I think I have to update the name. But, so that was up 10% today. I don't know what that news was. I'd like to check up on that news, because I'd like to... if I were to add on one, well, that looks good, huh? I almost wish I bought a little bit more down there. Why didn't I? I don't know. What's the news? Like, it almost seems like it should be like 1.5% right now after this big run up. I mean, it's tripled from the lows. I think I was just diversifying. That's why. For better or worse, right? Statement and opera. Oh, they reported. Right. I mean, that was a safe guess, right? People are reporting earnings these days. There's not real. I mean, what am I going to read here? What am I going to learn? There's not much I can learn in a gold mining press release in the quarterly release. I mean, you want to make sure certain things are on trend here, but this isn't a gigantic position. It's more that asset play. I think about those positions differently. And it's not about these quarterly small thing. Like maybe if it was something meaningful from the quotes. This is why sometimes I'll read the quotes from management if they touch on something in particular. But I'm not going to pour over the balance sheet and the income statement. which results in a lower conviction play, right? That's why I could never go super heavy into something like this. That's just the nature of the position. I did look in fairly deeply into this company 2018, 2019, like right when it was in $3-4. It turned out to be great timing. But it's really hard to get a firm grasp on these types of companies. I think this is it a South African company still? Yeah, it's a South African company. Right? Yes. And looking through those financial statements and those filings and stuff, it's tough. I'm a little bit less confident in my analysis of those statements, and yeah, it's just tougher to get a firm grasp on them. I don't know. In mining in general, gold, silver, all these miners in general, it's tough. Okay, but let's just see if there's a quote or something here. COVID-19 update. No, it ends. That's a weird way to end the letter, huh? Ends at the end of July. Whatever. Watch this. This has been helpful lately, huh? SASBSW, would they get some news? Like they kind of just get right to the point on Seeking Alpha. Can I check that? Profit on higher gold prices. Right? He takes back. Pre-market is saying it expects to swing to a profit in H1, anticipating headline EPS at 350 cents. Improved operational performance. That's probably the gist of it right there. You know what I mean? Maybe I should just start pulling up Seeking Alpha to just get that quick take on a company like this. Some excerpts. Oh, who's this? I don't know who this is. So that once the company had its EBITDA to net debt below at 1x ratio, it would resume dividend payments. He has flagged the second half of 2020 as okay, so that's kind of meaningful, right? Yikes. Maybe I should have Command F that, huh? I forgot. The economic lockdown was eased in April and June, allowing underground mines to gradually return to full capacity. Yep. $15 in sight. Yeah, it probably is. Let me just... Is there a quote? All right. Where's this from? Is it from a... Was it from an article or something? Or excuse me, the conference call? How we doing on time? 7:18? That's okay. Yeah. Oh, no, we don't have an updated one. All right. That's okay. Just wanted a quick check. It's earnings. That was the reason it popped. It might be time to dig a little bit deeper back into that, just because it's a little bit more speculative of a play. But it's the same thing with New Gold. Same thing where I need to kind of check up on those positions more than some other plays, some other asset type plays. Okay. But that was pretty much it, right? Sorry, let me just go. Oh, and I just want to check Bitcoin real quick, I guess, because I did I mention that I added to the that Bitcoin trust? I felt like I had to do it. We'll just see what happens. It's a good test of technical analysis again, right? Where the hell's Bitcoin? Down lower? Yeah, I don't know. This is a test. Let's just see what happens. It's pure. It's like it's 90% technical analysis. No, that's what it is. It's not going to be a huge position, and it's like 10 or 20% like psychology, like trying to tap into the prevailing sentiment out there. It kind of seems like it's still. Eventually, it will just die down, the chatter, but it still seems like it's out there and people are talking about it, and I don't get it. It's above me. I'm not smart enough to get it. That's cool with me for this type of a play, right? But it seems like it's still out there, still relevant. And I would have thought if this was going to start heading downtrend, that we wouldn't be kind of breaking out like this. I kind of just want to... Maybe it does happen. It's okay. You set up some stop losses and we won't take it all the way down, right? That's how you can easily prevent the turnarounds. But you might put a... I don't have a stop loss up right now, but I don't own Bitcoin directly. But you could put a stop loss, or like 10,000 might be a nice big round number to put a stop loss below, I would think. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of didn't expect it to break out like this if it was finally over. You know what I mean? Like this bubblicious type play. Kind of just, it's coming back again. And so let's give it a test. But okay, it looks like it's trying to break out above. There's your resistance right there, right? You're seeing a resistance across a lot of things because remember we checked the charts, see it in the S&P 500 and a whole bunch of things. But yeah, never got oversold on the daily. Oh, on the weekly. How about on the daily? Like, it's important, so the books say, to not get oversold and to stay in the bullish trend. Like, these are good times to add. I don't know. We'll see. What about the daily? I'm just curious. It got oversold here, but that's fine. Everything was getting sold now. Boom. And then it got more overbought. This is bullish. I don't know. Let's test it. I got to. There's some things I see where I'm just like, I have to test this, and I'm willing to take a small loss in the grand scheme of the grand context of the portfolio. No big deal, but this is one of them. It's just like, what the hell? So that's all I got to say about that. Okay, let's do can we do the portfolio real quick? I just want to see what was moving today in the price. Oh, I added to GameStop. Oh, it doesn't show it there, huh? Oh, it's not. So the changes to the portfolio aren't reflected there. Okay. Anyway, I'll have to look into that later. I wonder if it's a script. It's one of those scripts that automatically run, but it didn't run because I just did it. I did it later in the day. Maybe it runs at like, I don't know. I didn't think it was a script. I'll have to check. What if I... Let me refresh. Let me just see. Sorry, I'm curious. This is me. I got to do another test, you know? I kind of just want to see if... Also, the Roaring Kitty thing wasn't showing up in the top left there, which always makes you wonder, what's going on? What's up? Hey, we got the kitty back. Let's see if this updated. No, it didn't update. Yeah, so I must have to do something. That's fine. I added to the GameStop position. I don't know. So if I pull up this chart just quickly, it looks like it's like starting to turn up. So I'm glad. I'm really glad I added as much as I did. Sub 4. I mentioned that in those videos I rolled out and on the streams too. I'm like sub 4 in July. This don't seem right, and I guess I got that cost basis down really low. And now today I'm like, everything's kind of turning up. It's kind of just tracking value right now. But I'm like, I better just I better add some more just because I intended to. I didn't add as much as I wanted to, but I kind of just let's just get some feelers going. Also, I did see Burry maintain his position, which is what I expected. We know he didn't buy more or much more because he would have had to file another 13D. But I was wondering, I didn't think he would sell. There was nothing that happened in the time he wrote. No, that's not true. Because when did they announce that bond exchange? Didn't they announce that after his letter, his June 3rd letter? That's true, but it was a positive. It was a positive outcome, so I didn't think that would change his mind. So completely, I mean, I'm unsurprised he didn't change his position. But when I saw it, I'm like, all right, we're still on the same page with everything. And now GameStop's starting to pull away. I don't know that now we're getting so damn close to them announcing firm details on the consoles and what I consider to be positive fundamental events that are going to be announced and stuff. And now we're getting so close that I hated to buy at these higher prices because I like buying down at the low 4s and under 4. But now I'm getting a little bit nervous that it could get away from me. But watch, Monday it'll bounce all the way back down to 4. But yeah, there you go, idiot. That's okay. I still have a little bit more dry powder that I'm willing to put into it. So it's but yeah, we'll see what happens. Now you're just getting so damn. What is it? Mid-August? August? Yeah, August 14th. Anyway. So I added to that. It's bigger, quite a bit larger than the rest of the portfolio. But the timeline is that right now as far as like psychological catalysts are just a couple months away, and I think the downside's limited. But who knows? Maybe as we get more news releases, they could be bad. But I feel like all the sellers are gone. Like who's left to sell? So yeah, we'll just see. So but because of the shortened time frame and I was expecting it to happen by year, and I added. New gold, I didn't do anything yet. I'm kind of just waiting for the pullback. It's just tracking gold. I got nothing to do. It's just tracking gold. Kind of just, it won't sell off. It won't sell off. I'm just waiting. You know what I mean? I want to get. It'd be nice to get it way back down here. Jesus. Oh, it's been up a while, huh? Boy, it's been 3 months almost. Oh, I didn't realize it's been 3 months since it's been above $1.20. In my head, I was kind of thinking I wanted it back down to $1, but I might not get it. That's a drag. That's a drag. Overbought though. Let it come back down to the 50. I mean, I'm just pulling shit on I'm just making shit up here. But like, pull back a little bit. I think if it just pulls back, you'll get the RSI down to 50 in that ballpark, and I'll add there. Is this up to date? How can RRC still only be 2%? That doesn't seem right to me. Where's this pulling from? I kind of want to like go check it. Is it pulling in somewhere? I kind of viz HTML link setup scan send industry. What? How the hell did I? I don't even remember how these positions get populated here. Here's the portfolio. So this is up to date. Look at consumer discretionary, huh? 33% energy, 25%. Because I was adding to some. Oh, and plus they keep rising. You know what I mean? Like I got the RRC is energy, and a lot of those natural gas plays are energy, and they're becoming a larger percentage of the portfolio because they're just rising, right? And I bought a little bit more of those too, like I mentioned. And then just to show, since we're here, specialty retail, it's mostly GameStop, right? But oil and gas consumer, this is good for me to check out too. Like once a week, once a month maybe to look at. I don't care. Bottom up, right? Damn, I wish those were updating. All right. Because New Gold's not number 2. I don't think it is. But TSA's been holding up well. TSE, RFP. I want to pull up the charts. We'll go through this. I don't want to go through one by one. I kind of just wanted to see what was moving today. RRC we saw. SBSW we saw. OMI. 5%. Kind of, but now that we're getting more dialed into the positions, right? I care less about the move. Like I know OMI $16, as I recall, wasn't super cheap. You know what I mean? So this is a good thing about investigating these moves and stuff. And then I start to remember DBI. You see Barry buying DBI? Damn, we were just talking about that, weren't we? Oh, we did it. That's the one we did a little bit of a deep dive for me. But then it's in his portfolio. Let me pull that up. Shh. Punk. Oh, that ain't it. Yeah, because this guy. Remember? He's like, he's got a good chunk of it, and he was involved with American Eagle too. Where's Scion? I should have just searched Scion. What am I doing? All right. So yeah, it wasn't a huge position. Still though, right? I mean, it's good because as we talk about, value investing is lonely, right? Especially as an individual investor. And so it's comfort. Yeah, it's because it's Barry, right? But anyone you respect really when they, but especially Barry, I guess, if I mean, that's reality. But that he's dabbled in the same stocks that we're talking about on this stream and dealing in. I think it was Monday that we dove deep into DBI. Of course, it was already a position in the portfolio, right? We were just figuring out whether or not to add it. And I think, did we even make a note? I did add. Did we make a note? Or was it Friday? I'm kind of just curious now. When was it? Add to DBI. Boom. All right. Hey, this thing's coming in handy, huh? That's been helpful for me because I'll look at it and be like, what notes did we take? And it will remind me to do something. It's definitely helped me out to have this up on screen too, because as I remember, I was taking the notes on a notebook, and but having it on screen, clutch. I kind of keep it open all the time now too. So there you go. Last Friday, a week ago today, we looked into it, made the decision to add. Anyway, it's reassuring when someone like Barry buys that position, or Buffett, or whomever. You know what I mean? Like people who are like, these are legitimate investors, long history of success, blah blah blah. But yeah, where was it? I saw and PDS too. I'm like, damn. And so the reason he's buying these, and like, it's something like PDS that no one talks about PDS, and it's definitely in the portfolio. And I would have bought more, but I decided to diversify. I want to see how big it is in the portfolio. See, 0.4%. It would have been bigger, and I'm willing to add to this now. The point. PDS has limited downside. It has limited downside. It's like a relatively, it's speculative. Don't get me wrong, but it's like priced really cheaply relative to like what I consider the quality of it's a driller. It's a Canadian driller, and I kind of like this for a potential adding opportunity. Actually, I mean, it's a vote of confidence that Barry bought it, but maybe I can shift out some of my. So this is what I actually just did. I forgot. Maybe I did this. I did it yesterday actually. So in his portfolio. Sorry, I wasn't intended to go through this right now, but it just so happens he bought Helmerich & Payne, right? So that's a U.S. driller, a very high quality driller. My favorite, probably a lot of people's favorite driller. They just historically crushed it. It's owned or was started by what's the name? By Hell Merchant Pain. I think those were the folks, and they're still involved, and they were still buying. Oh, I did it again. Not this one, but wait, selling. I could have sworn that he bought. No, they haven't bought in a while. Okay, I thought I had. I guess it's been a while since they bought. They were definitely not recently. But look at the historical fundamentals. Oh, I can pull it up. I kind of want to show. Oh, let me check off PDS, and I want to check. Oh, but I just. Oh, but it's going to be in here because it didn't update. So what I did yesterday is I sold. I've been trimming HP because it was one of those higher quality energy plays that I wanted to bounce back. There's a handful of them. Some of them worked out really well. Like Murphy was one. It was like three. It was like a three bagger on that one. Like I didn't even think that was that. What's the market cap on this one? Like 2 billion. Like it was a three. Like I wasn't expecting a quick three bagger on something like this. And HP is a big firm too. 2 billion. So like, but a high quality company. And so I thought, well, I want the energy split. Look, it's only up 50%. It didn't go up that much. Oh, it did double. Of course, I didn't count. I trimmed on I've been trimming, but then I made the decision yesterday because I wanted to put it in the remaining energy positions. I want to be a little bit more. I wanted a little bit more upside now that we're out of a tremendous uncertainty. It's a little bit less. We're dealing with a little bit less uncertainty, and so I'm like, all right, let me just take some off of what I consider the higher conviction plays. But so I'm not surprised he bought Hell Merchant Pain. But I think it's sold out. Let me do this. Yeah, so it's still here right now, but I'm pretty sure I sold. Like I just got a nominal position. Like I don't even think it's 0.2% anymore. Pretty sure. I'll have to check once this is updated. But anyway, I wonder if that was why DBI was up today. I don't know if there was any news or anything like that. I didn't check. But so why did I go down that path? Just because it was up a little bit today. But mostly then EQT, natural gas. Oh, I did like RVLV. So I was kind of disappointed I didn't buy more of that. That's like an internet advertising type. I like it. Check out the. I got the business right here. I gotta pull that over. You may have seen. It's an online fashion retailer for consumers. Yeah, it's like kind of a new age fashion retailer that I didn't remember. I didn't know that was their old name. Because I looked into it. What if I just do this? Check it out. And but I think they're more heavily involved in social media and stuff. And I kind of forget off the top of my head. But then the insiders were buying heavily, right? I think in February. Gotta get it? No, March 6th. They're 10% owners. Look, it was right in March too. That's why I'm like, whoa. And I wish I bought more. I wish I bought more right here. It never got that cheap. So I do remember it never getting that cheap. It's not super cheap right now. But you know what? I'd like to pull up those fundamentals too. But it's good too because it kind of balances out the portfolio. And it looked cheap. It looked safe back then. It's going to be less so now. I know that. But looked like it could be it's a growth company, I think. Like a potential major growth company. Maybe. I don't know. I don't have expertise on that. Although, and then when we saw, and he had Western Digital. Sorry, as I'm just going through. But he already knew he was a Western Digital guy because we talked about that. A lot of calls. So you might look at this and think, oh, Barry's super bullish, and you think we're gonna go into a speculative bull. But I don't know. But I'm willing to. And then you see Google is like 36% of the portfolio. What I'm willing to bet is Barry crushed it with his timing of the purchases of the call options, like. So March 31st, right? But things got still super cheap in April, and he may have loaded up in April. It's not so. Yes, these were still on the books June 30th, but it could be like he crushed that Google call option, maybe about like a 6-month call option or something, and now it just it's up 10x, 20x or something, and now it's just a huge chunk of the portfolio. And so I'm just saying that he may have had these on already, and they went up so much, and he's just taking his time trimming, just like I'm doing with some positions. So it's interesting. So did he sell out of Western Digital? Did he even still have Western Digital? I don't remember. I just know he had it. Maybe he had already sold out. I don't remember. Interesting. He went with the call though. So he was he early? Because this was June 30th. We don't know if he's early because well, whatever. The price is lower than whenever he bought that, if assuming he bought it. Because now, yeah, it seems like he might have been early. But it looks like he's doing some other play, right? This is clearly not just a Western Digital play. So he was just it was definitely a smart thing, especially if he did in early April and these are just huge up. I guarantee that's at least part of it, that he's not layering these on in late June. Although things did get cheap in June a little bit. Like I did look at Google. Some of these positions were getting a little bit cheap. Like you see this sell-off in late June. It's possible he was adding right then. Just thought it was a bit of he may have done it right then, like on Google, right? I don't know. Doesn't matter. But that's a lot of call options. You don't usually see that much from Burry. But look at GameStop still. The top equity position anyway. Interesting. Bed Bath & Beyond. Nice. Oh, he bought back into it. Nice work. Did I not buy back in? Shit. Oh, I didn't. Mistake. I got a double off of it right here. About the same time that he was. I think that was another one of the overlap where I bought it and then I learned later that he bought it too. Got a clean double. I sold out. And because I got lucky. I got lucky on that one. I sold out. I'm like, all right, that's good enough for me. This 3-month double on Bed Bath & Beyond. And then I was just watching it, and then it would go boom, 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 boom. And then I was like, I step back. And I don't have a good reason as to why I wasn't buying it with everybody else. And here it is up. It's a three-bagger. Again, there's tons of three-baggers in the portfolio, but that was when I was dialed into. And although it had sold off, I didn't think it was one of those where it was going to go bankrupt. But I just pulled my foot off the gas a little bit with the retailers just because they were going to be closed, and I just put them into other ones, I guess. There's a lot of exposure in the portfolio, but still, I think I'm going to toss it in as a missed opportunity. Not missed opportunity. This one is just should have kept eye on it at those discount prices. I don't know what else to say. I'm just kind of surprised it's not in the portfolio. This one wasn't a stop loss one. It was just I didn't add back in after I sold out for the double. It's kind of just whatever. All right, so now we're here. We're already here. I might as well keep going. Anything new? Is this? Look at this. Is this new? Copa? Incredible. A Copa. It's in the portfolio. It's a solid Central American airline, right? Is that what it is? Incredible. So I know this is I've trimmed this. It's not even up that much. Oh, this might still be. Should I? So I bought this in 2015, 2016. Remember when I talk about that drawdown, right? That was one of the positions that I grouped in with the basket, and it did. I think it tripled. Right around here. I was around the $40 range. 40. Tripled. I didn't get the full triple. I might have got a double on it. But it's like it's hard to say high quality airline, but it's like it's my airline go-to play. Is that the only one he bought too? That's a riot. I didn't see that earlier. That's a riot. Because it's Central America, right? Panama, North, Central, and South America and the Caribbean. Yeah. All right. So I haven't looked at it in a while. That was one of those I know it because I've invested in it before, and I think I got a couple other airlines. Just to be clear, I didn't only do. I told you I went with that Latin American Airlines. That was another one I tossed in there. I kind of like those airlines because there was an added risk of. I mean, everyone's selling off airlines, right? But if you're an emerging market airline too, forget about it. So those ones were all in the gutter. And that Latin America one, even though it filed bankruptcy, at the time it filed bankruptcy, I had it was still a double or something or still up 50%, something silly. And then I think I might have Save Airlines in here too. Yeah, I did toss Save. Oh, Save's a bigger position right now. Is it up more? Yeah, it's up more. So that explains that. I'm wondering if I did equal position. I don't remember. I think that's it. I have some other exposure too, like what's that one that oh, I forget. They it's an airline service firm. I forget the damn name. I'm losing track of my names. Oh, I got the leasing firms too. I got Fly, I got AirCap. What the hell's that other one? AirCap, there's AER. Oh, I do have Alaska Air. Oh, I forgot I had Alaska Air. That one's bigger too. That must be up more. These must be up more. No, that one's up about the same, 50%. Hold on, let me see CPA again. Boy, that's incredible that's incredible how it's only up. I guess it's up 50%. But you know what I mean? Like I view this as, you might view it as it's not up that much. I view it as it didn't sell off that much. You know what I mean? Like did I check it off? Oh, I got the here, let me close out of some stuff. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. I got my ad hoc one up, right? Oh, I didn't open them up. I could have sworn I did. I guess I didn't. Let me check that one off. Went all over the place here. Okay. Regroup. Damn, what's that other airline firm? There's one in particular, Spirit Aero System, which has a lot of risk because it's tied to one of those. I think one of those engines. It's heavily tied to Boeing, so there's a huge business risk there. But it looked like it was historically well run, so I looked into the risk at the time. I looked into the risk in March, and then and so it's 0.74. I kept adding to it for better or worse because I thought, look, it's done nothing. I thought if the business, if it can keep it together, that it would. I don't know. It just looked like it was a historically well-run business. I don't want to get into airlines right now. I don't want to thought, damn, 743. I wanted to get those charts. At least we're doing Boris. I wanted to get to this anyway. So he's got a lot of calls and CPA, home merchant paying, so energy. This threw me off. I thought Unit was there's a company, an energy company called Unit, but the ticker is UNT. It might have gone bankrupt. Yeah, it did. That thing was definitely going bankrupt. Oh, there it is. It's got the Q. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, I owned that back in 2016. I don't think I ever dabbled. I can't remember. It was a decent sized win back in the day, and that was why I still kept my eye on it because. But it looked like shit. The chart. You know what the chart looked like? Shit. We can't pull it up because what is now? So I don't know what these two are. Unit and ROIC. Let me just pull some stuff up here. Is this the ad hoc one? No. I don't know what those are. I know the real estate firms. I did see that. Oh, you saw me looking at Azul airline. Another airline. Hey, what's that doing? Brazilian airline. See, I was looking at all the airlines because those are the ones that were selling off big. Oh, they're all kind of flat, huh? Whatever. We saw Buffett selling out, right? I mean, that's bearish for the industry. I know people call him an idiot, right? Because they call him an idiot because they bounce back so hard. What the hell do you think? Buffett's not looking out 3 months. He's looking out 5 years, 10 years, forever. And clearly they reassess the risk and be like, nah, no way. And it hasn't given it all back, but okay. Okay, I got those pulling up. Anything on Maxar still on? Oh, he trimmed it a little bit. Oh, he trimmed it a lot of it, 2/3. Interesting. I never did add. It's not pulling back. What am I gonna do? I think we made a note. To add on a pullback to 20 or something. That ring. Boy, yeah, writing them down's helping me. Yeah, right there. Add to Maxar. I can't add to it. Suck. I probably should have added a little bit back here when it was kind of leveling off. Maybe I did. I don't think I did though. And now I can't. But he was trimming. Win. I owned Win. I owned I went back in 2015, 2016, another one of those plays. It was mostly energy and materials and stuff, but a couple of these, they were like super cheap. But he had a call on that. Cuervo. What's Cuervo doing again? Wow, crushing it. Remind me. For wireless and wired connectivity worldwide. Mobile products. Integrated modules incorporating switches, power amplifiers. All right. All right. Anything else in there? PDS. I want to. Oh, I think. Did I pull up PDS? I think I did. Right. Hope so. Yep. PDS. And I didn't pull up HP. I'll toss HP in here. I like it's long been my favorite driller. So it's a play on energy, right? It's a leveraged play to the energy industry. That's interesting. He's had energy plays before. Where's my ad hoc one? Just touch HP in here. I keep that one up. And he's got know if they do the products. That's again leverage to the energy. And interesting, all the plays are not direct exploration and production firms, right? And I think I just said this on a stream too, how I kind of like the ones, I not exclusively, right? I deal in E&P firms, of course, but I like to diversify across the whole, what do you call it, the whole vertical there. But in particular, I like services firms because those are the ones that tend to sell off the most and they tend to go up the most. So that's often where I'm going. But, all right, so I'll definitely be looking. I'm definitely going to be looking at what sticks out to me. You know what? Let's make a note of this. I'll remember GME. I don't need to make note of that. I don't care about his Western Digital action. I know that. I'll try to remember CP. HP. These are the ones. PDS. And then look into unit. So those were his real estate plays, huh? Foot Locker was a good one. I didn't buy it, but it's a solid company. It's and it got cheap. Like that was one of those solid companies that sold off. It was cheap, nice buy. And then he bought DBI too. These are small positions. Don't get the wrong idea, right? 1%. Although those are going to tend to be small because those are smaller companies anyway. Although, what's the market cap for DBI? It's bigger than GameStop. What the hell am I talking about? And what's about PDS? One issue I have with PDS. I haven't looked in like a month or so. Yeah, 216 is I feel as though there's minimal downside here, and their bonds were trading pretty strongly. It was always a solid, but I didn't think it has much up. So this is the thing: you might have a more secure downside. You might be a more solid company, and but then the upside won't be quite as much. And and then plus the chart looks like shit, right? But it still looks like shit, but fundamentally, I feel like its drilling assets are good ones. And but watch, no one talks about it. No one says much about it, and it's long been it's been what I've tracked this whole decade. A couple articles, yeah, but not one, not many. This guy's pumping out a whole bunch of energy articles and stuff. They're not bad to read though. They give you a little bit of background, but they're not super robust. See what I mean? Not much. So that never helps his case. It's a Canadian driller. Let me pull up the bonds. They're going to be solid. I definitely looked. There you go. 65. Well, you define solid, right? Solid for me. 65 is good. Now it's not as strong, right? A lot of things bounce back. And that's 2024 too. That's not too far out. Okay, 2026, this one. So, I mean, and the reason you might see... Well, there's no yield on this one. I still don't fully understand this whole FINRA stuff, how they break these out. Some of them they still list. Why are these ones listed? I haven't investigated. The ones that are still here priced and they have ratings and stuff, they're still live. Let me just pull up. I want to see how low this one got. It got below 40. That's not that strong. It's not that strong. Okay. Good reminder. I thought it held up a little bit better than that, around 40s, 50s, but below 40. And what about this one? 2026. That got below 42. Interesting. Oh yeah, let me turn this off. Oh, I wonder. Oh, was that reflected? It might have been reflected in the video too. Yeah, gotta be careful of that. I should do it so that it's not on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. All right, that didn't hold up that too. And then, but you know what? They don't buy. Those damn insiders don't buy PDS. I get pissed. Again, I've been tracking it for 10. I'm like, buy. Why won't you buy? Go in the hole. July 23rd. I haven't looked since then. Let's see. Nothing. They don't buy. Dumb. It's hard for me to... Let me pull up the ad hoc. Oh, no, it's in here, right? Where's PDS? 7? Let's check it out. So in the boom years, 2 billion. Now around 1 billion. Still a sizable company, right? I mean, it's not chump change, $1 billion. Gross margin collapsing. You know how I feel about gross margin, but it's no real surprise with... oh, see, this is a Canadian company too, so I only have through 2019. Damn. I'd have to pull up... I don't know if I care to do it right now. I just kind of want to look at the historical fundamentals again. See all these losses that's thrown off? Been a rough... You can see it on the chart, right? You could have predicted this. I could have predicted how operations are going. But if suddenly let's say oil prices start rising dramatically and then everyone wants to start drilling a whole bunch again, everyone's going to want its assets. The stock price is going to get bid up, especially because they've been cutting costs for the past few years. This is what part of that whole multi-year trend, right? The same thing with natural gas, that down year, and they forced to cut costs. They have to survive, and they cut costs so much that when things finally turn around and price, this is going to happen with the gold miners. It is happening with the gold miners. That then it's like not windfall gains. That's extreme, but I just mean they've already cut costs and now they're getting like it's just a lot of upside now, a lot of increased profits because of those cut costs and higher gold prices. Let's say, but it could happen with PDS too. But let's see. Let me just see. So $1 billion. Oh, let me open this up a little bit too. I don't know why I kept it so. Look at book value. See how it's like not going anywhere? I don't love that. This is Helmerich and Payne is the one that's super, is a really good company, I feel. This used to be a trust too back in the day. Back in like 2006. Talk about true boom years. I don't know. But again, so you had a price of 79 cents. EBITDA in 2019 was $1.22. You know what I mean? Price below EBITDA. Cheap. Cheap, full stop. Not saying it's without risks. I'm just saying cheap. Same thing with operating cash flow. 2019 operating cash flow was greater than the current price. You know, it's cheap. Yeah, it's not free cash flow. I'm not saying it's free cash flow. I'm just saying you don't see this often, and it can be a good idea to buy baskets of those. And just some of them might go bankrupt, but some of them won't. But I did like to, look at this, operating cash flow, positive. That's a good thing, especially in the energy industry. You're going to see a lot of services companies out there, really speculative ones, throwing off cash right now, or burning cash right now. I think, it's real tough to deal in those. But they do look at this positive, simple, free cash flow, right? Of operating cash flow. Oh, you can see that. Oh, good. Look at that. 60 cents. Wow. 70 cents, 60 cents, even right now? Or through 2019, I mean. Excuse me. That's not bad. Wow. In net cash flow, too? Net cash flow? All right, I need to look at the cash flow statement, huh? 60 cents in net cash flow? Here's net cash flow again. What? All right, just quick. Damn, it's almost 8. What the hell? Revenue's down 47% compared with the second quarter of 2019. Wow. That's much larger than I would have expected. I realize everything that happened, right? But I didn't think precision was Wow, that's talk about how much people pulled back on drilling. Wow, 47%. Would Kevin know? He's been the CEO for a number of years now. And he won't buy. He won't buy. Damn. Immediate incisive steps. Okay. Second quarter, we generated $58 million in adjusted EBITDA. Cash from operations of $104 million. We improved our liquidity position by increasing our cash balance to $175, including blah blah blah. They're always about total liquidity and stuff. They kind of just say boilerplate stuff, precision. I've read their reports too. Structural cost. Can you see this? Okay, yeah. Second quarter U.S. operating results. I don't care. Precision's alpha. Blah blah blah. We will remain focused. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Show me the balance sheet. Oh, and I want to see the. Oh, this is right now. Oh, I wanted to see 2019 actually. Outlook. I know the outlook, right? if oil prices go up, we go up. Where the hell's the balance sheet? Did I miss it? That looked like an abbreviated balance sheet, didn't it, up there? Yeah. I'm sorry. I wanted to see actually the cash flow statement. Will it be here? Well, they put it in the. I forget if they put it in the press release. They usually do, right? Oh, come on. Sorry for all the scrolling. Oh, are you really gonna make me pull up? I just want to see it. I mean, that much in net cash flow? That ain't bad. Okay, there's the balance sheet. I had to keep scrolling. But I just want to see that cash flow statement. What in the world? What a annoying. Is it not here? There's no cash flow statement. Statement of earnings. Statement of comprehensive loss. Statement of this is the cash flow? Oh, I went right by it. My bad. Oh, year ended. Okay. Long-term compensation plans, depreciation and amortization, gain on asset disposals. Yep, cut that out. Loss on asset decommission. I mean, there's still quality. That speaks to book value. That's a little bit separate. That's one thing analyzing the assets on the balance sheet. It's another thing saying how much cash flow did your operations generate, right? That's why they do this, right? That's the nature of the cash flow statement. Impairment of goodwill, blah 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 blah. Foreign exchange, finance charges. Oh, do they do a finance charges? What the hell is that? Interest? Why would you be adding that back? What's that? I'd have to look into that. Oh, I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know. 118 million though, it's sizable. I'd have to look into that. I don't feel like it right now. 300 million. Okay, so you see funds provided by operations, 300 million. And then purchases of this. The CapEx, so you still get 150. Proceeds, so this is an operations, right? But I'd like to see that they're generating. This is a good, you know what I mean? The proceeds, the sale of property, plant, equipment. They sold assets. They got almost $100 million. You know what I mean? Like that's sizable. Did they net a gain? They did net a gain, right? Because we saw up here they gained 50 million, 51. So some of these assets on the books are undervalued on the books. Both times, loss on asset decommissioning. So maybe the process of decommissioning was costly, but when they actually sold them, there were gains. It's not too surprising because Anyway, I'd like to see it in the cash flow statement too, even though it's not related to operations, because it means it speaks to potentially the quality of the balance sheet, but also that they're taking steps. They're kind of but just they're doing stuff to raise cash, especially during these trying times for PDS. All right, so they had a little bit of extra cash, so that helps with net cash flow because they're getting some cash from the asset sales. That's why that's holding up pretty damn well, which is fine. That was last year, of course, but this deserves to be in the portfolio. These numbers deserves to be in the portfolio. But I mean, it's just an energy company. All right, maybe I'll look again later. And then I just wanted to show HP. Do I got HP here just to show it off? You see the numbers here? Look at all this red. Look at it and see the lack of purple and green. It did have the purple and green during the boom years, and then it all kind of disappeared. And then equity growth's been flat. I don't like to see that. If you're talking about a quality company, you should be doing something, paying dividends. If you're not growing equity growth, if you're not growing equity or something, and you're just seeing losses and stuff, not great. But you pull up HP. Boom, look at all that purple and green, huh? That's turning out to be, look at this equity growth though, huh? It has quadrupled. It almost quintupled from 2005 to 2015, which of course were some boom years, right? A lot of jungle going on. But just clean, unlevered. They never had too much debt on the books, in solid revenue growth, and some of the highest net margins in the industry. They were cranking them out there for a while. Now they've come back quite a bit. But operating cash flow margins still holding up pretty well. Even simple, it's still got simple free cash flow right now. Look at this. Look at the operating cash flow. I mean, it's just, again, earnings have been stumbling quite a bit, but the operating cash flow and the simple free cash flow, it's not bad. And if we were to compare the metrics of all these drillers, you just got to take my word for it. Oh, look yourself that these are all some of the best numbers you're going to see in the industry. There's not that many drillers out there too, right? But interesting that he dealt in that. And again, I think I have been trimming all the way up, but it was a safer energy play. It still is a safer energy play, but now it's kind of I feel like fair value in my head. This one I have historically put at between now it's changed just a little bit. I definitely used to think around $60. I used to think fair value for HP was $60, $65, which it went well above back in the day. I think I was buying right around here, maybe up till 40, and then it doubled. I didn't capture the full gain because I done like 60 to 70. Okay, so it wasn't up there that much. That makes me feel a little bit better about my valuation. Oh, there you go. So 50. Yeah, this is about right. So around $60 if you were to take it private. Now it's changed. I'd have to say I've lowered my valuations across the energy industry, just seeing all that's happened, and I mean just secular headwinds too, right? I'd say it's closer to like 45, maybe 40 to 45. Just if you look at the fundamentals, I mean, I'm looking at the chart right now, but like you got book value of $30 after the losses. Of course, historical at the peak, it was like $46. You know what I mean? These are losses. And then if we have a big up year with a lot more drilling, it's likely it's going to happen again. I know everyone, when energy's taking it on the chin, everyone's like, this is it for energy, this is it. It happened in 2015, 2016. It's kind of happening this year with the negative prices and everything like that. And everyone's like, this is it, this is it. And it just tends to take longer, I think, even longer than people think. And I think we'll probably have another, not a huge boom year necessarily, or boom years necessarily, but I think we'll have an uptick in drilling and interest in oil because prices are rising. And yeah. And HP will probably be a beneficiary of that. So, but even still, this still has the secular headwinds. Those don't go away. So now I'm thinking maybe it's more like 40 to 45 to like 50 to 55. You know what? In that range, a little bit above book value. Because I don't know, what are they going to stop drilling? Like those are, as far as the drillers go, those are higher quality assets. Those are going to be in demand. And where did I go? I don't know. I think they're worth more than book value. Think right in current book value. I don't know. All right, that's it. 805. Damn. Okay, I took a. All right, we'll plan on doing the charts. I'll get to the charts for the Roaring Kitty portfolio. I want to do that, but I'm still pissed it didn't update. You know, would have been nice to have it up to date. Can I do this? No, that's not it. It's a checkbox. Ugh. I don't know where it is. Portfolio? Dash. These are all checkboxes. I had to do a separate. Oh, that means it's a lookup. Where the hell is it looking up? Oh, it's looking. It must be looking up over here. Over here. Sorry, just a quick. It's looking up at it's. I don't even remember what it's doing. If you saw my other videos, you know what? I can't even remember what all these things do. It's looking at setup. Sorry, if I 30 seconds, quick check. So it goes to the setup first. It has to go to setup first, and then the setup gets pasted. I can do this. Watch this. Oh, I hope I don't break everything. No, I don't want to break anything. Like if I do this. Oh, I lost the kitty again. Oh, let's see if this works. It's running the script. See it running the script? Let's see if it updates. It might take a couple minutes. In the meantime, what we can do is, what did I want to do? I just wanted to, we wanted to look at some funds too, but before I just want to check out some inside buying. I saw some stuff. Did I see Carl buying Xerox again? Oh yeah, this Eisner, that's the Disney guy, isn't it? What is IAC, by the way? A lot of people have been talking about that. I'm not that, I know, so many people have been talking about it. It's kind of embarrassing that I don't know more about it. $10 billion, that's... Yeah, oh, I looked that up recently. I did see Ask.com, but it must be more than that, right? It can't just be Ask.com. Blue Crew and On Demand for flexible W2. Oh, they bought Care.com. I was bullish on Care.com. I actually thought that it got bought out at a steal for whoever bought it, which I guess was Interactive, because I thought Care.com was worth more. Okay, so they're going up acquiring a number of Dotdash. Okay. Oh, they own Vimeo? They own all these? Daily Beast? Wow, it's like a new age. Okay, so that's kind of why people are talking about it. It's like a newer media type company, right? This is the future. Interesting. All right, I don't care. 10 billion. I'm not even going to look it up. I don't care. It's too big. Get updated. Nope. Okay, what else was happening today? Zoma, Xerox. Yeah, more Xerox, huh? I forget. What did we say about Xerox? What was the note? I don't even remember. Oh, we didn't make a note as to what to do with it? That surprises me. Do you remember? I don't remember. It seems like it should be added. I know I added a small position. I don't think it's in here, right? Seems like it should be a small ad. I must not have thought it was that cheap. Oh, this looks good. What? Huh? Why wouldn't I add that? Just a small position just to get started? Do I still have it in here by any chance? No, there's no way. We can add it to the ad hoc. Boy, we just looked. I'm surprised. You know, it's a good thing to make notes as to what I should do too. Oh, I should switch this up. I gotta go here to add. That's annoying. Oh, I still didn't get it, huh? What the hell am I doing? Oh, I'm not opening up the setup file. Are there any scripts here? Whatever. All right, I'll make sure that I get that cleaned up for the next time. All right, dude, did I get Xerox in there? Where would that be? Number 3? Just a quick peek. More buying, huh? How much did he buy? 3%, another 22 million. Oh, and so that's not even updated from the other day, that Roaring Kitty portfolio, which isn't good because remember we talked about I bought Party PRTY and it was up 30% today. So we didn't see it in the look at that. So that happened to be an opportune buying up. I think I just mentioned it on Wednesday that I saw. Oh yeah, look it up. What did I say about it? Missed opportunity on Monday, and there we go. And then on Wednesday we said buy it, and then I think if we made that note Wednesday, I might have bought it yesterday then, I guess, or I bought it Wednesday, whatever it was low twos, and even though it was painful, right? Because it's already was it already a 10 bagger? Almost a 10 bagger. It's painful, right? But that Clifford guy was buying more. I thought, all right, let's do it. So I pulled the trigger on that, and then it popped today quite a bit. I bought a little bit more, just a little bit. I probably regret that, right? I don't like buying on the uptrend, but I thought it was cheap last time. I was trading at $2. Now it has gone all the way down. If it's not going bankrupt, and he's still buying, and he's super dialed in. I imagine that it could double again or even triple maybe. So that was pretty convenient timing. You know what I mean? And we were alerted to it, but right there, August 13th, he filed it, and there's more. He bought more besides that. Yeah, August 13th and August 11th. When we saw August 13th, when was that? Was that Wednesday? Oh, that was, so maybe we said buy it that day, and then I saw he bought more. I'm like, all right, I'm pulling the trigger. That's it. Enough said. And then and it was like a 7%. He's bought like 10% more. He's bought like quite a bit in August. So I'm like, that's good enough for me. So we'll see how that one plays out. I missed it, but that's the thing. You can miss it, and you can still go for it if it kind of makes sense, if there's enough supporting evidence. All right. All right, what's Xerox? All right, so I needed to look into the spinoff, right? Because I spin off the other company. But even right now, it's got tangible book $25, trades at 17. 4 billion market cap though. More eyeballs on that. That tends to be the larger companies tend to be more fairly valued. All right, tangible book much smaller. Tangible book, which we care much more about, right? EBITDA $7. Common EPS $5. I'm gonna have to dig through those numbers. That's probably why I didn't make a note. I think it's worth a starter position though, based on that alone. Trades below book, but well above tangible book, huh? I mean, what does that mean? Just a future write down, but trades at 3 times EBITDA. 3 times average EBITDA too. 3-year average EBITDA. This is post spinoff, but the revenue declines. That's what's getting me, right? I remember talking about that. Look at a huge decline in revenues. Was there an asset sale? That'd be nice. If they like sold some assets. Where would that be? Where do I put that? I always lose that one. Oh, because you know what? I used to have it. No big asset sales. A little bit, but not much. This is that net acquisitions per share. Damn. And the operating cash flow is all red. It's all lit up red because of the spinoff's messing up with the conditional formatting a bit. But operating cash flow of $5. Why is simple free cash flow? Is it that? Is it? Well, is it a really low maintenance capex? That's really low. I see operating cash flow. Hold on. Let's scroll. Doing this dumb scroll. Where's operating cash flow? Right here. See this? $1 billion. Simple free cash flow. $1 billion. What the hell is there? Is that maintenance capex so small? I gotta look at this. I just want to pull up the latest 10K. What? That's really small. It's possible. Some companies these days. Just quickly. So you see right there, there's the operating cap. Wow. Wait. Oh. Okay, so $1 billion. Cost of additions to land, buildings, equipment, and software. That's what the hell? That's really small maintenance capex. Assuming that's maintenance capex. Now, a business like this, you saw that revenue sell-off, right? You might need to make acquisitions. So this is the thing. Some people just look at capex and say that's what's required to continue to generate the free cash flows, but that's not always true. Sometimes if you're in a deteriorating business or whatever it is, you need to do something else. So either you need to grow some way, and if you can't do it by just your traditional capital expenditures, growth capex, right? Well, you may need to acquire other companies. to remain relevant, to remain relevant, to keep the cash flows going. So those acquisitions are part of your maintenance capex. You know what I mean? You need to group it in. That's why sometimes you need to pull up the cash flow statement like this. But holy shit! I mean, even if you include these acquisitions, right? I mean, you're throwing off $1 billion. You're throwing off $1 billion in free cash, but huge revenue declines, right? So I would really need to investigate. Let's make a note. What was the official revenue decline? $7,900. 13%. I mean, it's not GameStop. I'm sure I made that joke last time, right? Because now everything's compared to that because of how huge those declines are. But 13% still big, especially for a company this size. I mean, that's 13%, right? But over $1 billion decline in revenue. So that's the risk, right? The question is, how long could that free cash flow sustain? That Carl Icahn's buying it right there. You know what I mean? This is why it's so good to track this stuff, because if I just look at the fundamentals, I get concerned about something like that. I see the free cash flow. I think that's legit. I see the operating cash flow and stuff, and I see earnings right now. I need to investigate this earnings. Like $5, something's up. It hasn't earned $5 per share this whole time, so did it net a gain? You know what I mean? There's going to be a gain in there. You don't see it no, but there was sizable cash flow. You know, I was going to say, usually if you see earnings, if you see EPS be significantly higher than what you get for operating cash flow, that right there is usually not a red. It's a flag that, hey, something's probably in the income statement that it was an actual cash generation, like you netted a gain on an asset sale or something like that, and so you'll see inflated earnings. But in this case, cash flow is kind of in line with earnings. So is that legit? Let's check the past 6 months. We'll start with that. Because there's no way it's earning $5. There's no way. And trading at 17. Something's up. Okay, so this is what we're going to check. We're going to check revenues. I'm going to look at 6 months, $3 billion in revenues. Look at that decline. Is that in line with these 6 months too? Oh shit. Is that right? 33.25 divided by 4,443, 25%. Oh shit. It's picking up. It's accelerating. What about this quarter? 35. What the hell? What are they? What's the business? What exactly? Post spinoff. I need to see exactly what they're doing. It's 35%. That is GameStop level, right? What are they doing? How do you? I know the whole business environment, right? Are they that tethered to businesses being open, or what exactly are you doing these days? Also, I need to check out Seeking Alpha, right? Seeking Alpha can kind of help me. Someone might highlight. Someone's definitely will have talked about this one. This is a big company. Hoang. Isn't this a value guy? Anyone else I recognize? Is he a value investor? I think he is, right? Long only, deep value. I think I know. Yeah. Okay. He I don't know I didn't know he published on Seeking. I kind of remember his name. What was it? Gannon and Hoang, right? Weren't they a pair? They were value investors. I remember that. Xerox says experience. Okay, what's the take here? Neutral. Okay, $21 per share valuation with current 21 per share. When was this? June. The company could sell debt variance to its reasonable leverage. Need some water. Unless it invests in high growth 3D printing technology, it is worth only $21 per share. Okay, that's helpful. Carl disagrees, apparently. Okay, how is this analysis? I don't. In the first quarter, experienced. Okay, so this analysis doesn't help me much. So it's down. Okay. Xerox experienced declining operating performance. Yep. In comparison, the equipment sales accounted for only around 83% of its total revenue was generated from post-sales activities. including equipment maintenance, services type stuff, equipment maintenance, contracted services, supplies, and financing. In comparison, the equipment sales accounted for only 17% of its total revenue. Wow. So the post-sale revenue seemed to hold up better than its equipment sales. Xerox experienced a 12% drop in post-sale revenue, much lower than the decline of 27. Okay, this is helpful. When the world is moving, see what I mean? Like that's what is the equipment? Long to find. Does it have like a breakdown? I mean, I know what a Xerox machine. I mean, we all know Xerox, but I'm just like having it. Revenues. We have a broad and diverse base of customers. Blah blah blah. Services includes a continuum of solutions and services. Intelligent workplace transcends traditional. Companies optimize their print infrastructure right. Digital services. This isn't good that they're having. This isn't good that you're having such huge declines in this type of a business too, because there's going to be. You would have thought that they would have had a foothold on this. You know what I mean? Or toehold, whatever it is. Are they late to the game? Wait, do they don't own DocuShare, do they? No. No, not good. Where's the rest of that article? 3D printing market size. Is that what they're gonna? It's gonna be 3D printing that they need to. Xerox does not renovate itself. Same thing with GameStop. You need to change with the times. Can they do it? Can they pull it off? Good liquidity situation with decent leverage level. All right, that was a good little intro though, huh? It is worth $21 per share. Past decade, EV to EBITDA has been fluctuating widely. These types of charts are good. I know White Charts has these. I can't do them in my spreadsheets, but they're nice. Historical, like multiples, I like that. You know what I mean? Because then you see what it historically was, 7.5 to 10. If you could even just get to 5. Oh, it's at 5. It's not okay, so it's not that much. Not that cheaper. Generate nearly $1 billion in EBITDA, which is kind of what we were seeing for that free cash flow too. If we apply a 10-year average EBITDA multiple of roughly 7x. See, this is simple, right? And some people would critique the shit out of this. Not me, though. I'm okay with this. Like, he's just laying out, like, here's what they generated for EBITDA last year. If we applied a historical multiple as to what the market perceived it historically, this is what you get. It's not saying anything else. It's just saying this is what you get. This is why I do that with GameStop, too. I'm trying to do it in that new video, or just... This is what their earnings were. Free cash flow was the first 3 years of the previous console. Different cycle, blah, blah, blah. I get that. But, and then you see, and this is what the share price is right now. It's like just ridiculous when you actually see it. Even though you know the situation's changed and everything, sometimes just laying it out like this, just share that information, and then the reader, the user, can make their own assessment of it. Xerox can successfully invest in 3D printing technologies, blah, blah, blah. We like Xerox because of its reasonable leverage level and low EBITDA valuation. However, we have not seen management's commitment to invest heavily in fast-growing sales. It's the same story as GameStop, huh? It's funny because their names have been around a while, right? Okay. I mean, I didn't read the whole thing. I care less about the debt right now. I mean, I would get to the debt and whether or not they can manage it before. Oh, didn't they have the size of debt? Oh, I need to pull that up. Like total debt. Wasn't the total debt figure like big? Yeah, it was $4 billion. Yeah, and I remember saying, doesn't that just sound like a lot? That is a lot for a declining business. Is this like Carl Icahn style? He likes these companies. Why? But he's not touching GameStop. But remember Blockbuster, and he's been in some of these before. And he wouldn't want to be wrong about this. Blockbuster ended up not working out, and I don't think he has some other ones. Oh, Hertz. I don't know what the update is on Hertz. But I don't think he'd want to be wrong about Xerox. You know what I mean? That's some armchair psychology type stuff. You know what I mean? What the hell do I know? I don't know. But, let's check his positions. What did he do this quarter? Damn, I'm running out of time. He owns 12%. Anyone else own it? AQR? Yeah. No one. All right, what do you do? Oh, you bought more Tenneco? Oh, nominal, just small. He bought LNG. Oh, real small. Top buy? Those are his top buys? What's going on? Bought more Roxy. HLF flat. LNG a little bit more. Yeah, I was looking at LNG in March. I didn't pull the trigger on it though. Doesn't seem like it could be a potential. Yeah, it didn't look that cheap to me, I guess. As I recall, I remember looking at it back here, and I'm like, I have no idea how to value this. I still don't know how to value it, but I like to I still like it. It had my attention. I know a lot of value investors have been dealing with it. Klarman was, Carlo was, because they can export the LNG. Isn't that what their angle is? And it just seems like a huge potential growth opportunity within the energy industry. There's not many of those out there. And so, but it's also gigantic. And plus, but the insider was buying too, like the founder of the company, right? What's his name? Fusco? I don't even know. Oh, look at those timely purchases. Props. Nice work. Not much though. I think that guy's crazy. Oh, did he so Carl trimmed back in 2018? Hey, timely trim. Anyway, I don't mean to get off track on that, but so he was buying. I knew they were getting involved. Cloudera, he get involved in Newell. Trimmed Cloudera a little bit. Okay. Is Cloudera still in the portfolio? Oh, it is. Yeah, it never got that cheap. That turned out to be the right decision, in my opinion. Yeah, and I may have trimmed already too, but it's still, I don't know if it was ever more than 0.5%. Never got that cheap. Look at this. I didn't get March 18th day. I know I didn't get that. I would have got this day, $7. It's up, not even 50. Maybe just 50%. That was the right decision. I thought it was an interesting. I first got involved in it back here when he first started buying it. Actually, I guess I do have overlap with Carl Icahn. Well, he has overlap with me actually. He has overlap with me, right? Oh, Carl. Was that his first purchase? September? Oh, I thought it was before then. I definitely didn't get involved before him in this one. September, I think I saw him buy, and I thought $2 million. All right, let me check it. I hadn't heard of it before. And then I looked into it. I'm like, all right, there could be something there. And it's not usually one I deal in. When did he sell out? He sold out in April. Wait, did he buy more? What's going on here? Huh? What was his share count back here? 72. Okay, it's declining. That's all we need to know. Owned 108. Did he buy more, then sell? Maybe it was all over the place in March, April. It doesn't matter. He's cutting back. Let me close out of some stuff here. Just don't want to get that message that it's slowing down. What do we got? Xerox. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say add starter position. Maybe if I dig a little bit deeper, but it won't be big. It will probably be the same size as the other one. What was that ticker? Oh, I added to VSAT, by the way. That was one that I guess I didn't get to. Split with CDNT. A la CDNT. Carl. No. Icon. Beware revenue decline. And debt load. Reinvent. Sell via 3D printers. Hoang article. Yeah, I remember him. But I don't know the quality of his now. I just remember they were value investors. And that article wasn't, I didn't read the whole article right there, but that's the type of thing, like it could be helpful to pull that stuff up. And just a quick little background on the company. He didn't dive deep into the spinoff and everything like that. If we kept looking, I might find something. But then he gave a value to it too. And that's why it's helpful if you know, or you have a good handle on how someone is as an analyst, because when they put a value on it, you know if sometimes maybe they're too bearish or too conservative or too aggressive. I don't know in this case, but 21 isn't much higher than 17. Jeez. But who else? You know what I mean? Even though these people I don't recognize, they might have taken some time to lay out Icon, HP, and Xerox. The story remains the same. So this could be a good one. Drama continues over Xerox's desire to buy HP. Oh shit. See what I mean? Like this is, I didn't even know that. One thing that I found helpful to do is that if I'm really getting dialed into a company and I want to learn more about the back, or if I just want to learn more about the back, you just do a Google search. Do a Google search, and like this will come up. Or do a Google search and plus the word acquisitions. You see how I do Google searches all the time. I even program it into the spreadsheets. It'll be like so and so acquisitions or Outlook, especially for bigger companies. There's got to be shit out there. And so a quick Google search, we would have pulled this up. But I stagger my analysis. I don't, otherwise, because it's too much to track, I drag my feet on the analysis. I can't get too much into it too quickly. Plus, it can be beneficial to do that because the chart drags on. And right now, we're looking at a lower price on Xero. Oh, this has been a while, though. You know what I mean? Like, it gets cheap, right? And then you go, all right, let me try to learn the story. And then time passes. But that's a good thing because then it's like, all right, the market's digesting this low price and it's not always a V-shaped recovery. That's what I'm getting at. It's also not going to be priced that cheap. There's no way Xerox will ever be a super heavy position on a Roaring Kitty portfolio. Wow, it was just at 38 though, huh? Boy, it really fell apart. That's not a company that would have first come to mind when I thought, who's getting hit by COVID? The COVID situation. Nice little leap up though. It's definitely worth an ad. Add starter position. Yeah, I'll add the starter position. I don't even care to read this right now. If I want to keep on adding to the position, I'll look into it. Right now, there's too much to do. There's too much to do today. There's too much to do the coming weeks. Maybe 3 months from now, we'll revisit this. But I don't mind missing on a double. I mind missing on the 3-baggers and the 4-baggers, 10-baggers, that shit, right? That's why I'm like, all right, could be a double there, but let's keep moving. All right, so lost our place back here because I thought I saw some other buying. Oh yeah, we were just talking about Clear Channel. Remember this one? I think this was Wednesday. But I said I wanted to see insider buying. Did I say that? Or I knew some value folks were getting hammered by it. I needed to see something. I forget what I said. But I never owned it. Oh yeah, I remember saying there could be huge upside, and I think I misread the chart. Was it this one? I forget. Super levered. Who was buying it? Who is this? He's a director. Benjamin Moreland. Crown Castle. Executive Vice Chairman. Is Crown Castle the wait, oh, what do they do? Cell towers? Oh, jeez. I didn't know that. I thought it was something else. That ain't right. Okay. Anyway, he was buying. But was anyone else buying? No, that's not enough. I'd want to see like a big value investor going heavy. I don't know. I'll just keep looking. Southern Company? Is this the big dividend payer for copper? Is that what that is? Oh, I still don't have a profile? No. Utility? Nope. Nope. Okay, I thought there was more the past couple of days, but I guess not. That's cool. Good. Saves us some time. Fat. Safe. There's Cliff Sosin, buy more of that. Okay, I guess that was it. Oh, saw some more CWH. Any sales on that end? No, not more for Ravens. All right, so that's insider buying for it. Oh, and then let's just check. So I haven't been checking this, but this is the where the activists will sometimes file, although it gets messy right now because all the funds are filing their shit, right? More Vapotherm though, huh? We've been looking at Vapotherm. That chart's holding up. Do I add to it? Kind of just watching it right now. Every day it's red, huh? Down. Or I mean, it's flattening out, but they keep adding to it. There could be a potential growth opportunity there. If they weren't adding it, I'd be selling out already. But I'm keeping my eye on it. Let it level off. And I was going to sell. When we talked about it last time, I'm like, I'll just sell out of this thing. I got my triple. Well, I didn't get a triple. It would have been a double. And I'm like, maybe this can keep going, because I looked into the press release. I looked at the presentation that they gave out too, and I'm like, I mean, I don't have any expertise here. I got no edge, but the edge is I at least know of it and what they do, and that I see those insiders buying. And I looked at what those insiders are again, and I looked at their holdings. I forget if we did. Oh, no, that's a different company. Oh, shit. Oh, that's a different company. Prescott was the other one. It looked the same, didn't it? Yeah, Prescott. Who is Parian? Oh, shit. Okay. No, it's the same company. Is that the same company? They have the same amount of shares. Oh, okay. Nope. Maybe it's a different company. Is their top position? What the hell? Oh, okay. All right, make a note of that. Repo second fund buying in at $30 range. I'll see if they're linked. Oh yeah, I'll disable that. I mean, yeah, these websites who give out the free data and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll take care of it. As long as the ads aren't too intrusive or things. They're usually not. But see this? Look at their current shares. Did they just so happen to buy a very similar amount as Prescott? And the other thing is, I don't know if they're any good. That's the thing. But I looked at Prescott General Partners, and I kind of liked the positions I was seeing in their portfolio. I think they had. This one, I think. They only bought Vapotherm this quarter. Yeah, so they had Wayfair, which was a good buy. And they bought it. They didn't even add to it this quarter, so they had it going in. Was it their top position going in? Nice job. That's sick. Crushed it, right? And then some people are saying it's like a little bit of a mini bubble here. But huge benefit. We talk about people who got hurt by COVID, but huge benefit. Is that $300? $300. The last time I looked at this was when it was under $200. Holy shit. No wonder people are talking about that, huh? What? $300. I'm not sure that's worth $300. This seems I don't feel like looking it up. But like when I see something like this and it catches my... This is what I had to do with Apple. When I saw Apple was $2 trillion, I'm like, what the hell? I had to go look at the fundamentals to make sure I didn't lose my sanity. And then same thing here. I don't care enough to pull it up right now because I want to keep moving. But I don't think it's worth $300. But 10x? No shit, huh? Was this their... Props to them. Looks like it was their top position. And they didn't buy it all this quarter. So it was at March 31st. Nice. I mean, maybe they bought late March. Doesn't matter. They still would have been in the 30, 50. Wow. See what I mean? So now we just saw how they just performed. And then I think to myself, all right, nice job. I didn't get this opportunity. It wasn't a traditional classic value play. That's not that I restrict myself to that. But and I wish I would have got something like this. Like I said, I wasn't smart enough to think through those types of angles. Maybe next time I will be. But damn. And again, maybe they owned it for other reasons. Maybe they owned it all the way down. You know what I mean? I don't know just by looking at that. Maybe they owned it back here. You know what I mean? And then they wrote it all down, but they just held on. So I'm not sure, but that's fine. What the hell else did they own? They had something else. They had Yelp, Vapotherm, ADS. I think ADS is in the Roaring Kitty portfolio. And so you know what I mean? When I see something that I have in the portfolio too. Shit. Sorry about that. Yeah, still got it in there. I've been trimming because I think the upside on a relative basis is oh, this has been a good decision. All right, sometimes I make it every once in a long while I'll make a good decision. You know what I mean? And after this run up, I thought I don't know if it's gonna be it was never a big position. I'm not saying that, but I definitely trimmed some of this gain. Now it's kind of leveling off. But anyway, if they own a similar position as me, then they're maybe they're idiots. Maybe they're dumb because of that. Systemax. I don't know. See what at least consolidated portfolio too. Usually you come up, they got like 300 positions. They're like, they don't. What the hell do they know? 300 positions, and they're just tracking an index. But here, there's thought going on here. There's only the reported portfolio, right? They may have other positions besides these, but I think, all right, some overlap with me. They held on to Wayfair, and I don't know. What about the other firm? What was the other one called? Parian. Just for a quick, I'll dig deeper later. I just had this open, but I don't see much here that I understand. Green Dot, I know that one. Crocs ain't bad. Enphase Energy, IAC. Hey, we just looked at that. Peloton. Okay, I'm less intrigued by this portfolio. And how many positions? 60. That's still not crazy. And so maybe they're just trying to be trendy. I don't know. But does Perceptive still own them? Oh yeah, what would Perceptive do? That's right. We got updated funds all across the board, so we can be looking at these. Okay, what's Perceptive's top holdings, huh? That's right. I forgot that Perceptive owned Vapo. And I remember when we looked the other day, I was like, holy shit, I forgot that. So they have 140 companies, which still isn't crazy. You're gonna come pull up something, you're gonna have hundreds and hundreds. But they're dealing in speculative biotechs. That's the nature of that type of portfolio management. You got to diversify across a whole bunch of them. But from what I could tell, it seemed like they kind of knew their shit. I don't know how accurate that is. If you know anything about them, let me know. It's the only one I track of bio specialists. Oh, okay. So I don't even see Vapo in their top thing. I'd be curious to check these out later, though. Some of the I'm care less about biotech now. I like biotech because of all that was going on, all the crazy shit, right? And whatever their returns would be are not really tied to what was happening in the economy. But now, I don't know. QTNT, that was one of the ones that I had tossed in there. I don't even see Vapo. Is it in the top 50? There it is. They got a percent in it, and they trimmed a little bit, but it ran up so hard. Can you blame them? And it was a nice decision to trim too. Who knows when they did it? But they still own it. Okay. And are they still 5% owners? Perhaps. Okay. Anything else here? We're not going to see anything else, I don't think, because it's too messy right now because of all the funds. You know what we should do right now? 8:43. Before we'll get to those charts, the portfolio charts. I want to do that. But I just want to check. Can we check out a couple of the funds? I'll probably be doing this next week too. But this is I'm legit just sitting down at the computer now, and I just heard people talking about some of these updated portfolios. Oh, like I want to check. Well, we'll start with Buffett. Let me just see what Buffett's got. What do you do? No change. Apple, dude. Apple's turning out to be one of his best investments of all time, ain't it? Money, sheer dollar amount wise, right? Wow. And I remember it was cheap in 2012. And did I ever say this in the stream? I don't remember. It was cheap in 2012 and 2013. And it was like, I thought it was cheap, right? And then it started getting bid up. I feel like he bought in after that. I forget when his first purchase was. So there was some speculation that maybe he was too late to it. But and it still continued to crush it as it turned out. And he's still not even, he didn't even trim. Props. Okay. Anything, he's selling out of Wells Fargo. That took a while. How much did he sell? He still owns a shit ton. I'm surprised he hasn't trimmed back more, especially because he's been increasing his Bank of America position. USB, slight trim, nominal, pretty much the same. You got to figure, he used to love Wells Fargo too. That was like his go-to bank. You remember? I don't know. I don't follow him as closely these days, but he used to rave about it. He's definitely... Right, he used to rave about it, and then look what happened to it, right? Those are the types of things that I'm like, what's going on there, Buffett? You know what I mean? And then remember there was I remember this interview. This was a number of years back. There was a vote for Coca-Cola. I don't remember what the vote was. Maybe it was just their usual annual votes. And and I think Elliott was involved, and they were pushing for something. Maybe it was management compensation or something like that. I can't remember what it was. Look it up. Do Elliott and Coca-Cola and Buffett. And then they asked Buffett, why did he abstain? I think it went something like that. I think it was Becky Quick. She does a great job interviewing him. And she was like, how come you abstained from the vote or something like that? And then he said something like, a vote against Coca-Cola is a vote against America. I hope I'm not misremembering that. I should look that up before I start spreading false information. But I thought that was what he said, something to that effect. I remember thinking, what the hell? That's like completely against the shit you said. It's completely against the shit I read in all your books. You know what I mean? And I was a little bit disappointed to hear that. It had to be 5 years ago. I don't remember. I don't care to look it up now. But if you remember that, let me know. And anyway, and then the Wells Fargo stuff happens, and you remember all the stuff with Solomon Brothers back in the day, right? How he stepped in and helped them. We all know how that story goes. But here it is, decades later, and then you see this going like, what's is it bullshit? To a degree, he's going to manage his portfolio differently and all that, but I just think, I don't know, tremendous investor, right? He's an all-timer. But just these individual positions, like I expected him to be, I wonder if he'll keep on selling Wells Fargo as time passes. I really think he, especially I see him buying back. We'll see what happens. USB, I don't have much insight into that. BK? Bank of New York. He's got a ton of banks, right? Yeah, that's probably the right play. Like I have any, like I know shit, right? He knows. I don't know what he sold a lot of JP Morgan. 61%? Right. We got this change percent right here. Minus 61%. Wow. Big sale on JP Morgan. Like I thought that was, again, I don't know shit about these banks. I'm way out of my league here. But I thought that was a higher quality bank. Yep, this is a popular one. Is that Liberty? Liberty. Sirius. MasterCard. What's going on? Okay, Kroger. I heard Kroger. Yeah, there's some. Was he the one buying into it? Store. We already talked about Barrick Gold, right? I mean, that was big. New position. How big is it? $500 million. How big is that company? Wow. Oh, of 8% because did he file after hours? Let me just, shit. I'm trying to find. I want to see if you check the you can see the date, the time that he filed. Check this. 401. There you go. So he filed at 401. People saw it, and they're bidding up Barrick Gold. Is that bullish for gold? What's gold doing? That'd be something, huh? Talk about. The futures are closed for the weekend, right? Yeah. They closed. Did they close at 459? Is that when they closed? They were down. Okay. That would have been something, right? I mean, talk about impacting commodity prices too, that the price of gold would react. It appears as though it didn't, but wow, 8%, the Buffett bump. Nice. It's been kind of, boy, it hasn't done much in this gold run up, huh? Holy shit, I didn't notice that. It's been flat since May. Wow, okay. Boy, that wasn't the case with New Gold. Yeah, see, it's up a little bit. What about Newmont? No, because Newmont was hitting all-time highs, wasn't it? No, but it's still kind of flat. Okay. Despite the run-up in gold, huh? It's almost like the market didn't care as far as the gold producers, because maybe they thought this was speculative. I'm just bullshitting here. What the hell do I know? I'm just But don't you? I mean, they're not perfectly correlated. Many people talk about this, the price of gold and the gold miners themselves. I hope it pulls back to 1800. Aren't a lot of people saying that though? So that's probably dumb because let's see. Let's give it a little bit more time. I'm not opposed to adding below 2, but I want to give it a little bit more time. This is really bullish though. Ain't no doubt about it. And now you got Buffett on there too. That's going to help the narrative. It's going to help the narrative. I can't wait to hear him talk about that. I don't know his story. I don't know his history. I remember him being somewhat bearish on it. But he's not like anti precious metals. He was buying remember him buying silver in the 90s. Remember that story? Didn't it backfire? But he's not anti commodities. But he kind of talks of it like the whole. You put a block of gold in a you know the story, right? You look up Buffett and gold. He said some things that are bearish about it, but he's not against taking a position of it, right? Which goes against kind of how people view him as a compounder and so forth. But he did silver in the 90s. He's doing gold here, but of course he's, interesting. I can't wait to hear him talking about his view on Barrick Gold and comparing it to what he said previously. This is going to fuel the narrative even more. Maybe I should add a little bit now. Remember, I was kind of waiting to, and maybe I should. I do like Barrick and Newmont. Those are the top. You know what? But the smaller ones, some of the smaller ones I like. Yamana's been doing great too. It's in the portfolio. Damn it! I keep on forgetting to. Let's see, how big is it? I'd add to that one, I think. 0.37. Not that big, huh? PDS is bigger than it. Shit. And then I got New Gold 2.6. It's not 2.6, though. It's a little bit different. But then you're at roughly, what did I just say? You're about 3%. And don't I have, and then I got CDE for silver. I think I have one more outright position, don't I? But really, in the grand scheme, that's not that much. I've had much bigger allocations to precious metals in the past. There might be a couple other places. Oh, let me just do this. What am I doing? Come on. Huh? Oh, I need sub-industry. I don't have sub-industry here? Come on. Where is it? I don't have I should have sub-industry here. That's weird that I would only do sector and industry, isn't it? Oh, that's a... What the hell am I thinking? All right, let me do this. Oh, I don't have it here either. I don't know what to say. Okay. That's really weird that I don't have sub-industry here. Guess I'll do this. Now I'm really curious about my positioning in it. I've definitely had over 10% in gold before. I'm like 2015, 2016. And plus I had like, when you get calls too and they crush it, I don't have any call exposure. It's New Gold. Sibanye. CDE. That's copper. That's Taseko, TGB. What's that one? CC? Oh, CC's been doing well. Tech, they got some gold. Yamana. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. I can just go to the portfolio. What did I have in gold, too? It's going to be here, right? Oh, I got... It says 4%. Why? Because it's including Sibanye, which has gold. That'll get bid up with gold, too. So if you get Sibanye... 4%? It's not that much. It's 4%? Shit. My thinking was, too, this is why the position in New Gold is so heavy, is because it was speculative, and I knew I hadn't gotten as much as I should have, and this is, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm bullish on gold, and I thought this will ride the wave, too. And it was kind of, but I should have more. It should be more than 4%. Maybe I should add a little bit in the meantime before we get a bigger pullback. Like right now, it should be, where should it be? If I should have bought more. My mistake was not buying more in March. Damn. That's the thing. These aren't necessarily super cheap unless you get that multi-year trend. And if I'm doing the multi-year trend, there's no urgency. The urgency is when things are super cheap. The urgency is in March. When you got Yamana trading at below $3. You know what I mean? And it's not up that much, though. That's not the point, though. The value of Yamana is not significantly higher than this on like a traditional valuation basis, right? It's worth much higher than this if we pulled up the fundamentals. I don't feel like it right now. I've just looked at it many times. The fair value is in the like 5 to 8 range. You know what I mean? If you're adjusting for cycles and so forth, and on average over time, but on a on a bullish uptrend in gold prices, and when you got a cyclical tailwind where everyone wants gold, like you're kind of feeling a little bit now, that's when you're going to get 10 to 15 for something like Yamana. This is how, and on the downtrends, you're going to see it get crushed. You're going to see it trade below 2. It traded below 2 in May. I remember, look, that was last year. I should have bought more back then too. That one was a little bit, damn. Like it was trading below 150. You know what I mean? Like that. That's cheap when it was 150, and then it just so happened that it's got up here, and it's only just now taking out that high. So it's kind of retesting that high. That's interesting. It's retesting that 2016 high, but you can see what I mean. So it was trading. I forgot this. It was trading at 15 to 20. I said 10 to 15. Shit. So it traded even, and that was back then. See what I mean? Well, if you have a cyclical, if people want this is my thinking with certain, like those palladium assets too, with Sabanye, and and hopefully with GameStop too. Suddenly people just want your shit. It don't matter. Like valuation be damned. This is why valuation is only one factor in my analysis, because if you can envision what something could get bid up to, given the different circumstances, like forget about it. Forget my fair value of like 5 to 8 or whatever the hell I said. And I know this about gold. That's just one of those assets where suddenly people seemingly will want it. And with that in mind, Yamana could have quite a ways to go. This is what I mean. Like I missed the boat, right? Who cares? It's up. It's a triple. But it's a solid triple. That's the thing. Because I've been bullish on gold here. Still bullish here. I kind of struggle buying on this stuff though. I might just dabble. Maybe I get it up. Maybe I buy 1% to get it up to 5%. But other than that, I need it to be pulled back. Like right now, it should already be at 6 to 8. I hate to be buying at these prices because of partly growth, right? Maybe even 10%. I don't know. Shit. How you spell buying? Keep buying gold. Ideally, buy in at around 1,800. But I think a lot of people are saying that. So it's not great because buy more at 1,800. Perhaps buy Buffett bump. That's gonna interfere with it pulling back. And if you read, it's not too surprising you went with Barrick. If you read Barrick, as I recall, this was a couple of years ago. Is his name Thornton? The way he talks, it's like he says shit that Buffett would like. And plus he nailed his buy. We're gonna pull it. Oh, we're not gonna see it. We only got 6 months. Thornton, I think his name's Thornton. He was buying in like September and October of 2018. I'm thinking, oh, this guy is crushing it. I love that. He bought like $2 million. Look it up. You probably, oh, they bought again? Who's this? Mark Francis Hill. Nah, I don't think that's the guy. That's no joke. 25,000? Who is that? It's a director or something? Is that almost $1 million? COO of Latin America. Okay. What? See what I mean? They buy. Barrick seems like the Buffett pick. Because of what's his name? Isn't his name like Thorne or something? Yeah, John Lawson Thornton. What would be badass if he were buying in was he buying in March? Because if he bought in March, forget about it. Oh, he was disposing. You can't blame anyone for. Oh, it's not him. You can't blame anyone for. You can't judge too harshly in March, because people would maybe be selling shares in their Barrick or wherever if you're an owner or a director, so you can buy other shit. You know what I mean? That's not that meaningful. Oh, here we go. Here we go. March 17th, March 18th. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Crushed it. I've obviously been looking at this all the time. In March, I was looking at it constantly. And look at this. He nailed it again. John Lawson Thornton. He nailed it. 17th, 18th, and it was the 16th, though, was the super low, as I recall. Wow. Yep, 16th. Got down to sub 13. Remember, it's only doubled so far. You know what I mean? That's a big move for this type of size of a company. Remember how big it is? 50 billion or something? Is that what we said? Huh. Wow, so if Buffett's only adding it now, that means the lowest price he could have bought at was around $20. Shit, so he's not up that much. It's a small position, though. Small position. Wow, so yeah, so $20, huh? So he thought it was cheap at $20 looking over the long term. So which means, but it's such a small position. It's hard to read into it too much. But that kind of is he thinking that we are going to be in that multi-year bull market in gold? In which case, all this shit's going to keep running. But look at those. Look at the timing of that shit. It's just so impressive. That's what I mean. When you see management teams like this, like dialed into their company, like outside investors are, nailing it. How much did he buy? About 60 himself. 60 times 16. That's US dollar. Just about $1 million. And this dude too, Gregory Allen Poole Walker. Solid. Anything since? Nice work. Nothing since. And then this week, it's the same dude, France Marcus. But was he buying in March? He wasn't the dude buying in March though. I mean, so he was selling, right? I mean, he's selling in. He owns a shit ton of shares, John Lawson Martin. But still. There's many reasons to sell. He owns a ton of them. And remember, the market was going crazy. You don't judge. It's hard to, you can't judge one too harshly. But he still pulled the trigger. You know what I mean? Like, so he pulled the trigger on 58, and then he sold 703. All right, I get that. Nevertheless, I'm more impressed by the timing of the purchases. You know what I mean? Like, wow. All right, nice job, Buffett. Nice pick. But I think even these speculative ones will get bid up too. Yeah, we'll see. There's another one too. Oh, what's IM Gold doing? I've owned that. That was a big one for me too. It was kind of lagging a little bit. This is a good one. Okay, this one should be. This was the one I was looking for. I forgot the name. Hasn't even taken out its those highs. This was a big winner for me here. I think it was my. No, it wasn't my biggest winner because I had calls on Barrick and. Oh, and AU. No, the South African. This one should be in the portfolio too. I like this too because it's that added risk that people would just say, yeah, I'll just buy the U.S. I mean, Barrick's Canadian, but see, this would have been my. Look at it. Oh, that was August. This would be as far as the larger plays. I'd pick this one over my style, right? Everyone's different. I'd pick this one over both Barrick and Newmont. But let's see. How would this perform? It hasn't been bad too. The trade on this one too, because it's got a lot of South African mines. If the rand's been declining in relation to the U.S. dollar, the question is what would decline faster, right? Because if you're selling and you're getting U.S. dollars and your costs are in the rand, you know what I mean? That's you're keeping costs low, but and the value of the dollar when you convert it to the rand is only increasing because of the relative devaluation and so forth, right? So that's why I kind of liked it. Though that like rounds out my usually my 5 or 6 go-tos. The other one was Goldcorp, which is we now know was acquired by Newmont. But you got Barrick, Newmont, IAG, AU, New Gold, NGD, and AUI, Yamana. And then there was other ones too. It was like Nova Gold. Is that still a company? It is? Oh, shit. Oh, it ain't doing much. Oh yeah, it is. No, not much. It's been flat right now. Is that a Canadian company? I forget. Oh, it is? That's one to check in. That's one to check in on. I should add that to the watch list here. No buying? Damn. All right. All right. I'm done thinking about gold. What else did Buffett do? Was there anything else? Let me do new. Just curious. What the hell is store again? Do they the one? Do they own storage facilities? I mean, that's a good. I mean, those are. I've always thought those are good businesses. Oh, it's a REIT now, right? Single tenant operational real. Oh no, it's not. Okay. Screen net lease REITs on the register. Okay, so REITs, not my style. Oh, he bought Suncor. He was in Suncor a long time ago. Oh, it's not new. He still okay. He increased it 28%. Wow, Suncor, oil sands. What the hell? Oil sands? Okay. I mean, you know the energy exposure here, right? I mean, we know shit ton of energy exposure, right? 25%. But even and we just looked at my oil sands play is Baytex. Oh, shit. What did we say about Baytex? Nothing? Wow, these things are clutch, huh? Oil. I mean, so right. The argument against oil sands. They're a marginal producer because the cost of production is so high that why would you ever be producing it when the cost the barrel of oil is below $0, right? Just to use the joke, but like I believe cost of production can be upwards of $70 a barrel, maybe as low as 50, but it's really expensive to get that oil out of the ground, so it's really hard to justify. Now I believe Suncor was still very. I mean, that's still their specialty, right? Oil sands. I'm sure they might produce oil other ways too, but isn't the vast majority of their production oil sands? It's got to be. That's like what it is. Yeah, okay. A huge mergers back in the day. So what was it? Suncor and what was the other one? And he's been in it for a while, right? No, so this says quarter first owned Q4 2018, but he definitely owned it before then. He did. And it did nothing. It was a dud. It still is a dud. It did nothing that whole time. I mean, I think I may have owned it back in the day. I didn't. But I sold it. Yeah, if I did own it, I never owned it again since 2016 because I put it into other stuff. Because plus it's gigantic. It's usually too big for me. But Suncor of all the he probably likes the management team. They do seem like they know what they're doing, but they're at the mercy of oil sands. You know what I mean? It'd be a great management team, but you're at the mercy of oil sands and in turn the mercy of oil prices and shit. And that's bullish on oil. A small position. You know what I mean? Like this is well, it's not that small, but it's only 0.16% of the report portfolio. It's small, but nevertheless, he increased it a quarter. Is it the only one? He only increased his position in four. He only increased it in four positions, and that's one of them. Well, that's because you got oil prices below. Futures below $0. You got to pull the trigger on something, right? Still kind of surprised. Oil sands? What's BTE doing? Let's go. I think I gotta buy. Is it not in the portfolio? I'm buying this. I'm buying this on Buffett alone. There you go, Buffett. Props. You even getting me. Where am I looking? Because Baytex, I feel like we just checked it out on the stream. I want to say it was last week. And there's just a ton of energy exposure already, right? A ton of energy exposure. And it's all diversified, but very little of it was in oil sands, mainly because there's not too many oil sands players out there. But also because even I, despite my heavy exposure to it, even I have my long-term secular concerns. But that's not a barrier for me, as indicated by GameStop position. Sometimes there's tremendous opportunities in those But even still, I'm bullish. I'm still relatively nearer term bullish on oil. And so in that way, oil sands is a good play because I'm not afraid to go to offshore. Although I've dialed back on my offshore drilling, which would turned out to be a good thing. A lot of them are going. Are they still around? Hold on, let me just check this. I don't even own it. I think I'm gonna buy Baytex on. Again, we just reviewed this the other day. But it's energy exposure that I chose not to include. But now I think I'm going to include it because of their oil sands exposure on that alone. And I kind of made, like I said, I made the conscious choice not to go too heavy on offshore drillers. I'm not even sure if there's any offshore drillers. And then I don't even know how I would have done oil sands, but in my mind, Suncor and then maybe Baytex. And then I thought, and let's just check on the bonds on Baytex quickly. I want to pull up the fundamentals again. We just looked, and I remember thinking it didn't appear. Didn't look like it was super cheap or anything. Oh yeah, see, I just remember how I said I pulled up Apple. Here's why I pulled up Apple. I'm like, I need to see this. That's not Apple, is it? Oh, Apple's too. Look at these numbers, huh? I'm not dealing in such big companies where they don't even fit in the damn column, huh? Tremendous company. Look at the purple and green, huh? And they're doing a ton of buybacks. They bought back a third over the past 8 years. I'm not trying to get into Apple right now. I don't have time for it, but just on a quick, what's a quick EBITDA to EV 1.3? Something going on there. Wait a second, what's EV? Where is it? Do I have it? Do I not have it here? 2 trillion. Holy shit! What's the EV? What's the cash position? Oh shit! 2 billion market, 2 trillion market cap. Huh? It's still weird to say. It was just one. It was just 1 trillion. Oh jeez. Debt. Just making sure. That's what is it? So that would be million. So that's 112 billion. 112 billion. And what's cash? Just for a quick sanity check. 90 billion. Whoa, my jeez. I got the right column, right? 12 minus 90. We'll just call it even net debt of 22. We'll call it that. 22 billion. Jeez. It is billion, right? And that's trillion. These numbers. How often do you see these damn numbers? You never see these damn numbers. That's throwing me for a loop even trying to use my damn calculator for this shit. I don't even know. And then what's EBITDA? Sorry, and then I just wanted to, it's EBITDA to, is enterprise value so damn low? All right. I don't know. I'm over my head. I'll check into this later. Notice how, yeah, not much of it is lit up green though, huh? But that one's like, I'll check that later. I should have EV right there. You know what I mean? In the new GameStop video we're working on. What I want to do is I want to have a side of the screen where it's all important data and highlights of the video. Like I'm trying to get it down to a couple minutes, but in there I'm going to have like some of the top metrics that I'm looking at, so that's right there on the screen. That way I don't have to talk about it or show something. Like you can just look on the damn left-hand side of the screen. It's there for you to consume. But anyway, enterprise value is one of the top ones you have to include there. It's weird that I don't have it right here. I don't know why it's not here. I got it right here. But then when I want to do a sanity check, like how often am I doing a sanity check for a $2 trillion company though? Never. Anyway, what the hell was I don't even remember what I was looking up. Baytex. Let's type it in. See Apple. Just quickly. And what's that chart doing again? I mean, this looks like shit, right? But it's lagging. Maybe I can replace it. Usually, when you're thinking about adding a new position, especially if it's a position in a sector or an industry that you might already have exposure to, it kind of makes sense to do a reevaluation of all the positions in that sector. Like, start there. Like, should this replace another position in there? Because just so you don't have so many damn positions. Like, I mean, it's like the same risk. Maybe you should just replace it, especially if it has a higher expected value and so forth. So that's something I would do, but I'm pretty intimate. I mean, I know these positions all pretty well, so I could probably just look at it and be like, all right, I'll remove this one. Like I said, I just sold HP. I was trying to like make some room in the portfolio. And like, I think I didn't sell out of, or maybe I sold out of Murphy. That was the one I saw was a 3-bagger already. I'm like, oh, well, that doesn't have much to go, so I might have sold out of that one too. But yeah, let's just check this real quick. Where is that? Number 2? All right, here we go. So 800 million. Look at book value getting crushed, right? Right, because they're in. Look at all this red, huh? This is what I'm talking about. One of the videos talking about all the companies I'm dealing with. The conditional formula comes out. It looks like the company's bleeding to death. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, but often that's where the opportunity is. So I don't like what can I say? So like some positive EBITDA per share for a good. Oh shit! What is this? Quarterly? Oh, look at the dates. Oh no, shit. Why is it doing that? Shit. Damn it. It's like, oh, because it says Canadian. Oh, so is Canadian not something that if, I don't even remember what this is. Shit, I just need to add one that says if it says Canadian, do this. If it says domestic or domestic probably is buying, then... Oh no, that seems like that should work. It's saying if it doesn't say, those. Shoot. I'll check. I'll look into that later. Damn. Then filter, dude. +2 for domestic primary. I don't remember what it is. Sorry. What I needed to do is, what it's doing is it's pulling it's trying to intelligently pull every 4th row or something like that. Like, I have the data in there. What if I change this to... Can I do this? This is going to be a Hail Mary for me to quickly do it, because I don't think this is right. Oh, it worked! Yes! Yes! I thought I had it backwards. It seemed like it would do... Well, I'm not going to research it now. I got it. So let's go back. Boom. There we go. Now we got annual. Okay, so let's look at revenues. All right, so 800 million in revenues. It had $1 billion last year, but 800 million. So good sized company, right? Good sized company. Gross margin. Wow, holding up, not bad. Up. Average gross margin, that is, right? EBITDA crushed. Maybe has it been? It's been. No, I mean, oh shit. How's cash flow doing? Positive operating cash flow. All 16 years. Sick. So I mean, oil sands, right? I mean, they have other non-oil sands, unlike Suncor, which I think is it's like the majority of its business operations oil. This is all off the top of my head. I hope this is still up to date. But Baytex, they have some oil sands, but then they also have like some assets in it's like Montana or something. Nebraska. Don't hold me to that. But just some more traditional reserves, and I think they got some in Arkansas too. They kind of spread it around a bit. I think they were trying to diversify. I don't remember. But at the very least, positive operating cash flow. Okay, it's not uncommon for E&P firms, for services firms. You might see them burn cash, and then even this simple free cash flow, positive, which is just for the definition reminder. Oh wow, okay. What I should do is I should compare what I'm saying about the company to with the last time we did, right? I'm not tracking that down. Forget that shit. And then net cash flow. So positive cash at the very least. Okay, so positive cash, net cash, 20 cents. Let's just call it 20 cents. On a price of 56 cents, you know what I mean? Like, cheap. To say nothing else, right? Okay. But on a tangible book value, I mean, they've been having to write down their tangible book, no doubt about it, right? Because 57 cents, you go see it go from 16 to 10 to 8 to, oh, those are some drastic write downs. See the weird write down rules? And like Antero hasn't had to write down shit. They still got book value of $22, but it depends on the commodity, depends on which, if you're using like US GAAP versus IFRS, like it depends on those types of things. With the write down rules, it's like, don't overthink it. I just don't overthink it. Look at this, 6 straight years of losses. Okay, 2 things I want to do right now. So did they just, oh, look at the outstanding shares. Oh, did they just issue shares? Oh, so that's not, I was going to say, well, we see the losses here, but I was going to say that's a huge drop in tangible book. No, but they did have a huge loss that year. But considering they have positive operating cash flow and they didn't have any goodwill, you know what I mean? Like I might see that and I might just think, they wrote down goodwill because they clearly wrote down. But what they did is they just issued a shit ton of shares. And it diluted, and they issued them below tangible book, right? So it dilutes their share, it dilutes the book value per share if you're issuing below book value per share. Well, I mean, it always dilutes it, but I mean, it's going to decrease book value per share if you're issuing it below them. So, holy shit, that's a lot of. But number one, it's a lot of dilution. But number two is there might be a more sound financial footing now. So that sucks for the prior shareholders who had to be like, we're going to have to issue shares at discount prices. Also, it sucks. Why didn't you issue debt? You know what I mean? Like, could they not get access to it? Shit. What the hell? Or was it an acquisition? Can they at least take the acquisition path? No acquisition. They're trying to survive. Oh, shit. Is that what they did? Oh, man. When did they do it? 2019? Oh, I don't feel like checking the press releases now. Okay. So, they just did it. They did a private placement of $500 million right in January. Okay, look at that. Almost 9%. Yikes. Due 2027. That's not bad. The notes will be issued at par, bear interest rate at a rate of almost 9% for 7 years. That's not bad. I mean, it's high. It's high, right? At 9%, but geez. Lend into this company for that long. They did it just in the nick of time, too. That's clutch. They're just refinancing to its existing unutilized credit facility to redeem their refinancing, right? Oh, see the previous, they had it at 5% previously. I don't know the time frame. And 300 million debentures due. Oh, they did it just in time. That's good news. That's good news. Where's the equity offering? I mean, they issued shares though, right? Didn't they? What? Just check Seeking Alpha real quick. Maybe someone has the story there, you know? See what I mean? So then something comes up where I'll dig a little bit deeper into something, right? That's why I don't go heavy on the research right off the bat. I'll just be tracking stuff, and then time passes, and then something catches my eye. I'm like, all right, now let's dig a little bit deeper. We just looked at BTE. I swear we did it on the stream, so it had to be in the past 2 weeks. And now I see Buffett added to Suncor, and I thought, okay. Oh, Husky. It's a Canadian one. Anyone get the story here? Okay, here's one. I don't know this person, but not a very good bullet point list. Is this a bot? You ever see these Seeking Alpha articles? They're like clearly written by a bot or something. Like they just automated the research. Yeah, Eagle Ford. Yep, in a partnership. Yep. All right, this doesn't look like a bot. Okay. We got a screenshot here. This is from June. Okay, so they got a present. I'll check out that presentation later. I'm just trying to do some quick analysis right now. I don't know this person, so I mean, I care less about the valuation. No offense. For all I know, they're the best value person in the history of the world. Oh, insider buying. Oh, that was in. So how much was that for? February. I'm gonna pull that. I'm gonna do 2 things. First, let's just check the bonds. How are those doing right now? Remember, they issued them in January. I want to look into that. I assume it was a share. Ooh, so here they are now, huh? They got half. They did it just in time. Oh, they traded 52. Damn. See what I mean? Like I said, that was a good price. That was a good price before all this happened. 7 years? Can you imagine lending money to this firm for 7 years at just 9%? I wouldn't do that. And then there you go. And then this happens, right? I mean, oil prices go ballistic. Everything happened. Okay, but then they get halved. So nice job. They did it just in the nick of time. Dropped down to 35, and they're still at 50. Okay, so not out of the woods, but not in the gutter either. Okay, do they have other ones too? What else they got? Those are the ones they just refinanced. I think those ones I thought they just refinanced. Oh, how about these ones? 62 for 2024. Dropped down below 40. Now they're up at 60. Coming back. Okay. Some risk, right? I mean, people see that. Most people see this shit. They run for the hills. I'm like, all right. It's not bad. It's terrible. Oh, it's bad, but it's not terrible. Okay, and then let's check the insider. I definitely been checking up on the insider buying. I don't think there's been much. That graphic was from February, but I don't. Because if there were, I feel like I would have pulled the trigger. I'm going to be disappointed in my style if there's definitely not going to be a good amount of insider buying. There's no way I would have forgot that. Remember how I talk about sometimes I'm not getting pissed, but I'll be tracking a position. I'm like, come on, buy. Why won't you buy? Like, buy. I just said that about some firm. I forget who. But it's hard for me to pull the trigger if they're not willing to buy themselves with all the other hair that I might be seeing on it. So with a stock like, oh, there you go. So I can, because we're just within the 6 months, so I can see those February purchases. They did that right after the bond offering. So they got about 14, they got about 25K, let's say, times 1.4. I could have done that in my head, right? 35K, noise, that's nothing. And then another, so I feel like this did have my attention. Oh, this was May, June. That's not much. 60, 85, 90. So in total, but it's only at a fraction. This is just not that much money. Damn. See? That explains why I didn't do much with it. So no insider buying. Bonds aren't great, but if oil sands turn around, and I should also look up what the breakdown is for their it's 20, because it's a Canadian firm. You got to go to the 40F. Canadian firms, they file the 40F. That's the equivalent to the 10K. I just want to see, is there a breakdown of the oil sands here? Approximately 82% of our production is weighted toward crude oils and NGLs. Ugh. I could have sworn that they had a chunk dedicated to oil sands, so I'll need to look into that. Maybe it's not as much as I thought it was, which is fine. This article doesn't even mention oil sands. Shit. Long player? No mention of oil sands? Shit. Alright, maybe it's not as much as I thought. But like I said, there's so few, and that's in my head for some reason. Alright, so this is also what I would do. Check out their presentation. It should be in the presentation. Here we go. August 2020. This is the last thing I'll check. 9:30. Oh, man. We got to get to the charts. And we can do more fun holdings. Like I want to check out. I'll check out. Maybe I can just do Klarman and Einhorn. Yeah, Einhorn. Greenlight. Einhorn. Okay. Is it at least mentioned in oil sands? Oh, shit. Did they divest it? Shit. Let me increase the size of that. Okay, yep, so this is just so I'll get to this. But before I spend too much more time on this, Here we go. Heavy. Oh, they call it heavy oil. Sometimes they have the wrong terminology. So part of the reason they probably do that is because oil sands has a negative connotation, right? I feel like people, you say oil sands, and they think, oh yeah, kind of like they probably needed, they probably want to come up with a new word for fracking, right? Same thing, I would think. I don't know. I'm just bullshitting right there, but heavy oil is oil sands. I'm pretty sure it's oil sands. Here we go. Production by core area. So there you go. So it's like 25%, assuming that is indeed oil sands. Production by commodity. Heavy. What is this? Production by core area. See what I mean? I thought they did. So they didn't. They only have Texas. Maybe they divested them. I'm not sure. But this is that's Eagle Ford. Oh yeah, there they go. They got the names. So I did remember they had the Eagle Ford one. I guess I forgot what's the Eagle Ford. That's a famous one. I should have known that. Production revenue by commodity, and it's still about 25%, right? It's a piece of the pie, and I believe it's a bigger piece of the pie for this company than for any other. If there's other oil sands, I don't know what to search. Enbridge, Imperial. These are big, huge firms, right? They're huge, diversified players. But the market cap for this is what? Like, where are you gonna get a $300 million company? Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is how I play it. Maybe there's other ways to play it. I have owned CVE. I think I had calls on that one. I went with CVE and Encana split, and so when I got, and then Encana's Ovintiv, and so I got both of those because there was heavy insider buying on CVE back in March and April. That was one of my plays. Maybe Husky Energy is I thought they were more offshore. These are just the 10 biggest Canadian. Here we go. List of tar sands companies. 932. Come on. Oh, yeah. CNRL. Oh, Cenavu's up there. Oh, here we go. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Is it? Oh, it just says list of... This is their total reserves. It's not how much they have in oil sands. These are all big players. Oh, so Husky Energy? Okay, maybe Husky. Oh shit! It's not even listed. That's okay. Tech. There you go with Tech. They got oil sands too. Shit. All right. So we got. I think it's We'll go with the ones that are notable to me are CVE. Husky, the ticker is something like that, and then nothing really else. Tech, you don't play Tech for oil sands, but you acknowledge that they have oil sands as part of their massive asset base. Part of the reason I liked it, you know what I mean? Diversified commodities and stuff. That's it. That's the only one. Those are the only. Okay, so maybe only CV and Husky, and they don't even list this one. Oh, and what about Canadian? Isn't that CNRL? I thought it was CNR. Oh, jeez. I didn't mean that. I got CNR in my head, you know? CNQ. Oh, that's it. The company out for synthetic crude oil light. All right, maybe that's a big company though. This is a good play actually. 24 billion. It's so big. And even CVE is big. No, that's not. 6 billion. You know what I mean? And Husky. Yeah, that's it. It's only Husk F. That's it. 3 billion. You know what I mean? What the hell am I gonna do? Yeah, you could play it. It does. This one barely trades. All right, so I just got to. So assuming this is accurate, right? I think I've seen enough. I'm gonna bookmark this, or I'm just gonna minimize it for now. Sec. Heavy oil. There you go. And it's not even listed in that random. I mean, just a random ass website, right? I mean, I don't know. Key companies active in. Suncor, boom, number one. Imperial, that's a big one. I thought. Oh, there were two for. Remember Canadian Oil Sands, COSWF? That was one of my top picks coming out of 2016, and that was it. They stole that company. That was like, that should have been a 5 bag, like a super solid 5 bagger, and they took it private at like some really discounted price. That was one of my plays. And maybe I got a double on it, but I thought it was bullshit because it should have been like a quadruple or something, and they took it private. Maybe they were having liquidity issues. I didn't think so at the time. I thought they were going to be fine, and I was pissed at that. I'm like, come on, come on. But I thought, anyway, that name, it's not Imperial. It's a different firm, Canadian Oil Sands Project, Husky Energy. All right, so Husky, Senevu, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Senevu? I thought it was like French. Canadian Natural Resources. Is that an actual company? Publicly traded on a U.S. exchange? No. Encana, there you go. OVV. Talisman. That one sounds familiar. Nope. Harvest. Canadian Oil Sands. There you go. That's that company. Okay. All right. Cool. I checked the bonds. They look like shit. I checked the fundies. Looks like shit. Everything looks like shit. Except, at least it looks somewhat cheap on a free cash flow basis, and they have succeeded, and they're not bullshitting you. I mean, they're somewhat who knows the actual calculation of free cash flow. But they said something to the effect. Let me just check that summary one last time. All right, high quality and diversified across it, 10 years more, strong capital, track record of substantial free cash flow. It kind of looks like there's some truth there. Free cash flow of $329 million, that sounds high. The market cap's 300, but that's what I mean. You got to be careful reading these presentations, right? Because bear in mind who put them together, what they're trying to convey. But when you see extremes, when you see they say, even if they're bullshitting at the margin, right? Free cash flow of $329 million, and you see the market cap is $300 million? What the hell? You know what I mean? Like, that's the stuff that catches my attention. This is why this is a benefit of being the value investor. I just need to, if there's a huge margin there, then okay, I'm okay with the rest of the hair on it. If this said free cash flow of like 50 million, I'd be like, all right, well, 300 million market cap, blah, blah, blah. But 300 million to this market cap? And it was 2019. It was last year, right? Just blah. Exploration film. Shit. Okay. Credit facilities, 35% undrawn and liquidity of 300 million. First long-term note not due until June 2024. Majority of net crude oil exposure hedged for 2020. I guess that was when did it get hedged by? Yeah. All right. This is a buy. Buy BTE. It's really important that they're generating positive free cash flow. It really is. And if tangible book value ever bounces back, I mean, it may never get back to these levels, right? But I need to look into that share. Oh, yeah, so. Yeah, I think it's a share. Maybe it's something weird with Canadian things, but this looks like a huge share issuance, doesn't it? Do they have, it will be in their financials here. Oh, I'll look into all their covenants and stuff. In the interest, I can't believe I'm running out of time. Oh, we got to get through those charts. We're going to have to blaze through them. Ah, shit. I wanted to do it before the weekend. Usually the financials might be at the bottom. Right? No, who cares about the financials? Throw them at the back. Who cares? What was I looking for? Balance sheet? I just want to see a share count. I could probably do a Command F, right? Oh, there it was. 561. Okay, so at least that number's accurate. And then I just got to look into what the hell's happened over the past 2 years. What's enterprise value? Where is it? Oh, there it is. 2.4. All right. Wow. Okay. I'll add this. Maybe I'll replace. I don't know which one I'm going to replace. I can look into that later. Okay, let's go. Before we'll get to the charts. I'm gonna have to. What is there? 150 positions. I'm gonna have to do like a couple seconds per chart. Einhorn. Green light. Hey, it came up as. I at least wanted to see like I remember I knew he bought tech, which is sick. Oh shit, he bought a ton. He's big on gold too. Yep. Hell, he bought AAWW. Sick. It's his 5th position. Sick. I bought AAWW multiple times. It got up to 60. Damn. I think I'm out of it by now. Shit. Okay, that's a vote of confidence. I bought it multiple times. I bought it in March. I didn't buy it as much, again, because I was diversified, but he bought GDX. He's owned GDX before. He usually does gold, though. Gold. He's trimming CC. This was in March. Remember, this is April, May, June, though. There's lots of reasons to have trimmed. Tech. Oh, he bought REZI. I bought REZI. Oh, no. I keep getting a mix of RESI. Oh, what's up today? Sick. Yeah, this isn't the portfolio. I had some insider buying on it. Or from a fund. It's like Red River or Forest or something like that. Deer Run. And it didn't look like it had much upside, but I thought, all right, that's good enough for me. I might have an average cost down here. I might have got it. I might have got $6-7, but anyway, that's thrown me for a loop before. CCR. Yep, new. Oh, he's got a punt. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come back to this. That's what I mean. We should expect this quarter. Remember, this is April, May, and June. Shit was still crazy. That people might make the mistake of thinking that these were all late June, right? Hopefully not. Maybe not many people. What am I saying? But like look at the Roaring Kitty portfolio. You know what I mean? 150 positions. Way too many. And so I would expect to see a shit ton new ones, like you saw. You saw with Bari, we saw that, and then we see this one. Oh, this is going to take some time to pour over. Cool. This is part of the screening, too. This is a screening process. He bought Jack, too. Damn, that was on my short list. I know Barry bought it, too, but I didn't get it. Damn. Oh, I don't have time for this right now. Okay, we got to keep going. G-Port, yep. I own that, too. AD&T, he sold out of that one. I still own that one. Okay. All right, got to come back to that. And then let's do Bob Post. Wow, that's exciting. This is good that we have a lot of things, because even if we don't end up pulling the trigger on those ones, right? These are companies that are going to be back-pocketed by me, because I know many of them, but some of them I don't. And then maybe they're not in my wheelhouse, right? I feel like a financial or something like that, it's usually not exciting enough for me. But it could be, there's probably some industrials in there and some other ones, maybe some material firms, and maybe even some tech companies. I usually like DXC. I know he had been in DXC previously, and I like that one. I like what I saw, the free cash flow generation and stuff. So that's what I mean. I get some ideas from there for future use. Okay, so obviously we knew VSAT was going to be here. Look, he owns 26% of it, so I like that. But remember, it's not a big company either. $3 billion, is that what we said? I like it. Maybe I should go heavier. He's trimming Hewlett Packard, or he did trim Hewlett Packard. Anything new in the interest of time? Not much. I don't know that. I know of it. I don't know that one. Oh, yeah, that they do. Is that fintech? Yeah, I know of it. And then how about just a sheer number change in shares? Because that might mean it's a smaller company. You know what I mean? That's a little bit of a shortcut I've done. And not much. I'm not seeing much I recognize. And then a percentage of the company that he owns. No, you need to go into the company itself. All right. But as the one he owns a good chunk of. All right. So I don't have a ton of overlap with Klarman. I don't. More with Einhorn and apparently Bari. In Icon. I guess those are the three. And then remember, there's going to be more. We'll have to spend some more. Might have to dedicate a full stream to this. It's not even going to be enough. But where's those funds? So here, like, look at all these. Who else? Oh, I'll check. No, I can check Toll too. Whatever. We'll check these later. Yeah, man. Okay. Exciting. This is a fun time of the quarter, if you can call that fun, huh? Just new ideas from people much smarter than me, better investors than me. Okay. All right, let's do some rapid fire charts. Okay, so I'm gonna pull. Oh, it's not totally up to date. That's fine. We're just trying to get a sense of what the hell the portfolio is doing right now. All right, GameStop. It's kind of my old chart too. Maybe I should remake this one. What do you think of the moving average lines? Do they get in the way? I mean, I look at them. Okay, but actually, I'm kind of curious because I don't usually look at them, so maybe it's a good thing to have them here. And it's a daily chart too. So GameStop, it definitely is a unique looking chart, right? You're not going to see that. But the trend is up. Hey, it had a nice string a couple days here, huh? That's pretty, it's nice for a change. It's just tracking value. A lot of the value positions in the portfolio are just up. So it's nothing like unique, but it's nice for a damn change that, it's going up on no news. Again, I don't even care if it's tracking stuff because maybe you can get to like 5, maybe 550 or something before some really positive news is released. Then it's great because you're a little bit closer to the higher dollar amounts, right? But no news or anything like that. But it should be you think it's imminent, right? Where we're going to get some news. We're going to get new earnings in a month. I expect it between September 10th and September 15th, something like that, based on when they announced last year. But they may announce some stuff before that. Plus, they'll probably by then we'll certainly have more information on the consoles as to the release date. I heard it was going to be early November. I heard some rumblings about that. I don't know the price point. I don't think it's been finalized yet. I hope I didn't miss it. And then pre-orders are going to kick in, and then GameStop can take that cash and do whatever with it. So it should be a busy next couple of weeks. So that's what I mean. If this is why I kind of added to the position. Like now's the time, I think, that you need to be rounding out that position. I think, if I'm even right. Who knows? Do you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I don't know. All right, new gold. Okay, all right, we already looked at new gold. I can't do it. Okay, got to keep moving. TSE, trend is up, still looking good. Not so much a trimming we're not going to see many trimming opportunities, but I like to see it. It seems like I'm on the right. I did buy OLN, by the way. That was one position I bought because I like it. We looked at it the other day. I don't have time to pull it up right now, but it was another chemical type firm, it just seems. If we remember, let's pull it the long term. But you look at the fundamentals, it's historically a strong dividend payer too, and I don't buy it for the dividend, but I kind of like it compared to everything else that was moving up. Now, maybe there's a reason it's lagging, right? But that's whatever. But TSA looking up. I'd like to buy more. It's been a huge position in the portfolio since March. It has always been a big position because I thought it was somewhat safe, and that turned out to be true. And but now it's heading up. I think fair value is over $50. I do. So yeah. Looking good. RFP. I'd love to add more to this. I'd like to add a lot more to the bigger positions. I kind of just waiting. It did pull back below 3. I kind of missed that. Damn. That was Wednesday. I missed that. I'd like to add a little bit more. I'd do that. But trend up. Looking good. RRC, looking good. Natural gas, right? CNR, looking great. I mean, RRC, looking great. RRC is one of the best looking charts we're going to see in here. CNR, looking good. When it breaks above here, I want to add more to this. I'm waiting for it's not pulling back though. Damn, I might need to add more even then. I keep my eye on it though. That's the thing. We should be tracking these every single day. Like these bigger positions, especially looking for opportunities to add or trim. Like maybe I should be trimming some, but I need to cut back on the positions. It's hard. BXC kind of leveling off. Maybe it's time to start trimming BXC. But up, bullish if we back out. And the fundamentals are really tough. I've said this many times. It's tough, but there's so much leverage there that it could be worth even quite a bit more than this. What is it? No Tarm. There's a firm that has bought. There's a few firms that are bullish on it, but one firm that's bought over 10% and they own a good chunk. I'm watching it. I maybe trim a little bit just to raise some cash, but it's definitely a hold. P10. Another decent driller. I thought, and it's relatively safe. This has been a big position in the portfolio for a while too. I thought it was safer. Trend is up, kind of leveling off, but this is important in light of PDS. What's PDS doing? I mean, the same chart, right? It's the same exact shit. Look at this, same thing. You know, see, that's what I mean. It's good to just go through and see them. There's nothing really unique about them. You can buy either one. You know what I mean? I don't really mean that, but you catch my drift, right? P10. Okay, heading up. Yeah, this was the time to be in. That July, a lot of stuff was like just lagging a bit. Now just heading up. Okay, pump. I'd like to add more pump. I would. I'll add on a pullback. I should be watching these like top 20 positions closer. Flowtech, FTK, also a somewhat safer play, believe it or not. I know it's a smaller company, 107, but I still like it. I don't know that I would add to this one. I don't know how much firepower it's got, but it's definitely could be 3 to 5. And plus, insider buying too. By a value, David Nirenberg, I believe he's a value guy. So I like this. Maybe I should be trimming on my trimming the position, start going heavier into my higher conviction ones. You know what I mean? Look at that. Look at that timing. March 11th, 1 million shares, $1 million. Nice job. Okay. Oh shit. Do we stand a chance? PBF looking good. Added to it. I added to it. I may even add some more. That was another one, but I like it below 10. I think we talked about that. I liked it more. I think I might. I owned HFC and DK as well. I had already sold out of DK, which turned out to be great timing. HFC, I missed in that early June run. It was kind of up, almost. It was kissing 40. I kind of missed that, but I would trim in favor of PBF for the refiner angle. Maxar, I missed that. It's not coming back. I mean, it's a top 10 position, right? Or number 12. But I wish it was a little bit bigger. I should have been buying more down there. Damn. It's a little bit of a missed opportunity. I was watching it the whole time. And if you remember, I bought it just before Barry and I must have bought it at the same time. I saw he did it after. Should have bought more. Yeah, lows. Damn. OVV still looking decent. Huh? I still got some calls on this, but this has crushed it. And check the insider buying. Just so telling. This was like a classic Roaring Kitty position right here. Worked out great, and now it still looks okay. That's the thing. How much upside is here? Should I be? I feel like there's still. Not a tremendous amount of upside necessarily, but again, if oil comes in a big way. But I'm kind of low on time on those calls, so I got to be careful. WTTR, let me look. I might add this one. This one's like they own the water rights that they license out to some of the. Looks like shit though, doesn't it? But it's a unique way to play the energy angle, and I kind of like it. But okay, I am not supposed to be doing. We got to just get through the charts. It's coming down to 10. We just got to get through these charts. Let's keep going. Trend is up. It's the same chart as the other ones. All the other, they're seeing the same energy chart, right? Okay. Camping World still looks good. So remember, I might still. It's the trend's holding up. This is still bullish. It pulled back, but it's holding up well. And Abrams stopped selling. So I've already trimmed a little bit. I have been, but it's still a hold for now. I'm okay with that. Alcoa, damn, crushed it. Could have bought more down here. That was pretty high conviction. Like I didn't think I was going to lose much. I think I bought right here too. Real good. Trend is up. Mio, this one looks good. I did buy more of this after the run up right here. Some insider buying. Howard Hughes, safe. Ackman. Sibanye. I might. We're bumping up. Add to that, maybe. I kind of view it. I kind of group it in with the others. OMI. We looked at that. Bullish, but I don't know how much upside it is in the fundamental side. I have to draw the limit somewhere. I can't just go straight chart, right? CVGI, bullish. I'd add it on a pullback. This is one that's a little bit lower, so I'm going to make a note. Like the top, that's what I mean. The top 20, I should be looking at all the time, kind of rebalancing those. I'd probably say this somewhere else here, but it's good to keep on writing it. Keep seeing the same note over and over. CED, this is a silver miner. In my head, I don't even care what the chart looks like. I get what's going on. UFI, I added to that. I'd like to add more if it pulls back to 10. But I already know that because I got my eye on it. Mac, this chart looks good. They're buying too. They're buying heavy. Anything recent? Not since March. I might need to hold off. I want to see something more on this front. I know they were levered and everything. All right. Check out Mac. Let's go. Beezer. Home builders crushed it. They still look good, but the upside is just not as compelling as like a CNR in my opinion, I think. But BZH, that's probably one of my top remaining home builders. Oh, it is. It's literally the top home. That's why it's up there. The other ones I've trimmed quite a bit. They just crushed it. CVE. Any insight? Are they still buying by any chance? Could be a solid. So see how it's so high up there. See the thing. It's really tough for me to just It's clearly really tough for me to just go and look at charts. I can't do it. I need more information. Apparently, I thought I was just gonna crank through. Oh shit, they did buy. Oh, they did. So I knew they bought in March. They bought a shit ton in March, right? That was a big part of my, not a big part of my thesis, but it certainly helped make the case for them. 360. Okay, that's legit. Did Barry buy that? He did. I'm pretty sure he had it in the past, but did he add to it this time? Or did anyone? I'm pretty sure he owned it in the past. Okay, no, I don't see anyone. See, this is the thing, and then I should go through and look if anyone bought these. Oh, yeah, Spirit, kind of just bumbling around. I did know that in my head. I know the risks. XCC, another energy play, a high-quality energy play. That's why these ones are a little bit higher up. DBI looks good. Just added to it. Would add again. I feel like I've added this note a couple times already. TA, this one's speculative, but it could go rocket ship type. A lot of leverage, and so I kind of like it on the books. As I don't have, it's not a high conviction play, but this thing could double quickly. I mean, it already has, right? It's tripled quickly, but it's okay. There's no way I'm getting through these charts. Damn. All right, at least we got through the top ones. FLR. Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, it bounced off the, what is that? 200 day. Oh, 100 day. It's looking down though. It's not looking great relative to the other ones we're just kind of seeing. But okay. MHO home builder crushing it. CLR energy firm. I might trim this to free up some cash. Great, good company. Ham is buying it repeatedly. STKL. Gosh, still looking good. What should I do with this? Looks great, huh? Looks terrific. I might have to trim this. I actually don't think it's worth that much. I hate to do it on such a small company. I think what's his name? Howard Marks is involved with the two. SGMS chart looks good. Kind of wish I had. Maybe I should do these with the longer time frame. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't know if I want to buy this right now. Maybe on a pullback. I get this like a lot of risks here, but gaming maybe. What to do with SGMS? I don't know. Shit. Oh, I'm definitely not getting through these charts. Bummer. TGI. Oh, a big sell-off, but it's kind of holding up there. What I should be doing is like taking a note of like charts to like what the hell. I mean the top 20, right? But then also like what's going on with these charts? Like what would I toss in there? Like STKL, Mac, SGMS. What was the other one I just said? TGI. Oh, and then floor. It's kind of bumbling along. I guess we're gonna see this as we get lower and lower. Fly trend is up, kind of bouncing around. Like the risks. Westport, man, that one's been crushing it. Oh, not that much. It's only a double, but that could be. What I got? 1 minute. Oh boy. All right. Well, as I'm doing, make sure have a nice weekend, huh? All right. This is so much stuff I wanted to do today. I was like, oh, I definitely want to get through the charts today, and then I saw I wasn't sure when all those funds were going to report. I guess it made sense they were going to do it today. I thought maybe they might have till Monday too. I didn't look into it. I didn't care. But now then we wanted to look into that too. So we'll get through the rest of these charts on Monday certainly, and then maybe I'll change it to see a 3-year too, and then we'll definitely be looking through some funds. But damn, that's bullish. But damn, all right. And I'm thinking that maybe it makes sense to, this is the thing, I don't know how much structure I can have, but maybe it makes sense to like have a set routine. So at least when you're tuning in, you kind of know what time I might be doing something, but I just don't know what that looks like yet. That's why I got to keep testing out different things and because I don't know what's going to work best. I don't know what makes sense from a research point of view But we'll see. Like something like the chart kind of makes sense to do it like every week, maybe looking at the chart of the portfolio. But I get tired of looking at charts, and then I go on tangents and stuff, looking at stuff. We'll see. I'm still working on it. But okay, cheers. Finish this up. It seems like I've been leaving one last out. All right, to them. Have a nice rest of your weekend. Hope you enjoyed. And it's all. Peace out.